international Bartosz stepped up to the top step of the podium in Krsko, Slovenia, after winning round 2 of this year's FIM Speedway World Championship, and firmly put down the gauntlet to the rest of the series as to his ambition to become this year's world champion. Our Warriors of Shale were greeted with an enthusiastic crowd and good weather in Krsko. In turn, G delivered a great night of high-octane action. 10 riders from the field of 16 all won a heat on the night, once again proving how competitive the series is becoming this year. Eventually, it was Martin Vasilik and Patrick Dudek that would join Smarslik in the final, alongside Warsaw round 1 winner Leon Madsen. A jump start from Madsen in red would penalise him into the first corner, leaving Vasilik in blue to take the initial lead. A lap later, and Poland Smarslik will switch underneath the race leader and into the lead, a place he kept until the checkered flag, securing his 4th Grand Prix victory.
Really happy. I'm first one that go to the final in Krsko, and today so very good day for me.
So a change of lead at the top of the World Championship as Bartosz Smarslik, by the very nature of his World Championship rankings, leads the series on 28 points from fellow Pole Patrick Dudek. Leon Madsen drops to 3rd with Martin Vasilik 4th, only 4 points adrift of the leaders after 2 rounds.
4 points is not so much, but same way it's a lot, you know. So, but still, you know, it's only 2 Grand Prix behind us and many front of us. So just keep focused and do our job and try my best all the time. And how I said before, the main thing and key in a Grand Prix is to collect the most points every single Grand Prix.
So the series now moves on to round 3 in the Czech Republic, capital of Prague. 2019 has seen the return to the World Championship of Niels Christian Iversen after a year's absence. The likeable Dane, alongside fellow countryman Leon Madsen, currently both in the top 5 of the championship. Madsen, who won the opening round in Warsaw, where he was joined by Iversen, are both in a good run of form and have truly put the Danish mark back into the series.
I mean, it's been an okay start for Leon as well, and obviously Krsko was a little bit the average from my own point of view, but there's some things to work on, and there's a new opportunity here.
It have a good start for me in the GP, and I'm very happy to be where I am, and now I just gotta keep focused, you know, and do my best and hopefully score a lot of points.
Well, qualifying here at the Marketa Stadium took place last night, and Antonio Lindback led the way with a magnificent performance. Really good as at first pick.
He did indeed.
The positions there to go.
Start position number 5. He went for number 5, which was favourable. But Lindback did a great job yesterday. Leon Madsen once again very steady in 2nd place. Lambert, Robert Lambert, of course, coming in 3rd place.
Hi, and a very warm welcome to the Marketa Stadium in Prague for the Antlers Czech Republic FIM Speedway Grand Prix. Packed house here. It's going to be a tremendous evening for sure. It's been very hot, it's been very humid, and we're ready for action here in the first race of what promises to be a superb night of action here at the Marketa Stadium.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Zager coming out in the first race, a little confused about where he wanted to ride with his number, plumped for the first race. Vasilij Milik, who wasn't at his best yesterday, but he goes from gate 4 in the opening heat and has been on the rostrum here in previous years. Zager needs a big night, there's no doubt about that, and Iversen will go from the inside. And of course, that man on screen, Jason Doyle, who has won here twice in the past, is also well outside the top 8 at this early stage of the Grand Prix season.
Yep, so the opening race of the evening is coming up here in the Marketa Stadium, a regular on the Grand Prix scene for a long, long time now. And Niels Christian Iversen on the inside gate here. A great evening, packed house, and we're about to get underway here in Prague. Hi there, yes, welcome along. It is the Antlers Czech Republic FIM Speedway Grand Prix here at the Marketa Stadium. A packed house here, and it's Niels Christian Iversen going off the inside with Bartosz Smarslik, the joint series leader of game number 2, Mati Zager of Slovenia 3, and the wild card, Vaclav Milik from the Czech Republic going off the outside in yellow. Kelvin Tatum MBE alongside me in the commentary box once again here. Thankfully the rain has stayed away because it was lightning over the back straight a little bit earlier. I think we're going to be okay though, Kel.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It seems to have just bypassed the stadium and we're set fair. The track's in good nick. And I'm sure we're going to get on with it tonight because of the threat of rain, but an exciting Grand Prix in prospect and the leader of the championship here in the opening race.
Yeah, he's the man in blue off gate 2, Smarsnik, leads the World Championship. What about that from Milik? Slowest man in practice yesterday, and now he has the advantage in the early stages of heat number 1 from the outside gate. He rocketed across his opponent. Smarsnik is second right now. Iversen is third, and it's Matti Zegar at the back, but Smarsnik is hunting him down, chasing the back wheel of the wildcard as Zegar comes through on the inside, trading positions and Niels Christian Iversen now.
Yeah, tough racing there, certainly a smashing start for Milik, who wasn't impressive yesterday, but he's jet propelled out of gate number 4, loves this place, loves being the wild card in his home Grand Prix, has been on the rostrum in previous years. Smarsnik hunting him down and Zegar adrift in third place, but this is a terrific effort from Milik. He's got just over a lap to go and the Czech man is going to delight the home crowd with a super opening heat.
Yeah, right, so with Hotslav in the Polish league, and Václav Milik, teammate of Matt Sajanovsky and Ty Woffenden, and he's going to come round and delight the home crowd. Listen to the roar. Václav Milik opens up with a victory here in the Markéta Stadium ahead of the series leader Bartosz Smarslik. Matti Zegar battled through for third place there after just edging out Niels Christian Iversen.
But see that
Smarslik with the second spot there behind this man. Václav Milik, superb effort, Kel.
fabulous effort, and he'll be delighted because gate 4 is generally not the best starting position, but he made light work of that and absolutely flew away from the tapes.
Milik the winner with Smarslik second. Matti Zegar was third, and Niels Christian Iversen at the back after being passed by Zegar there. Riders coming out already, setting up for action for heat number 2 because we are getting on with it tonight here with the possibility of rain a little bit later on. But a great start for the wild card. Václav Milik off the outside gate.
And here we see it again, the bike working great. Bit of argy-bargy between Smarslik and Iversen, but Smarslik gets the better of the Danish man and hunts down Milik out in front, but Milik wasn't for shifting. He showed great composure out in front, and as hard as Smarslik tried, look how tight he gets to riders. Really does push hard when he's chasing people down, but he couldn't find a way through. Bit of action between Zegar and Iversen. Iversen will be very disappointed coming from the inside gate and failing to score in the opening race. That's not what he would have been looking for, but good ride for Milik there.
Absolutely, we're up to the second race of the night. Antonio Lindback, who was the fastest man in qualifying yesterday, was superb. And this man in white, Artem Laguta of Russia, 13 Grand Prix points from the opening 2 rounds of the series, and be a little bit disappointed with that.
And what also now, he hasn't won a race. Hasn't won a race yet so far.
Antonio Lindback off the inside, Freddie Lindgren going off gate number 2, then it's Laguta. Great point you make about not winning a race so far. Janis Kawadze going off the outside in yellow.
He has, and he got away with a good roller actually in Slovenia. I would have been very proud of that one. No doubt about that candidate from gate 4.
Here we go. Away from the start, and it's a good one for Lindgren, but the outside gate working a treat once again. Kawadze is the man in yellow who swept across. Oh, the man in red, Antonio Lindback, loses control down the back straight, but manages to get it back on the ground, thankfully, without any damage. And it's Janis Kawadze from gate number 4, made a super start. Second place here. The man in blue is Freddie Lindgren. Artem Laguta in third place, and how good did Kawadze look away from the outside gate?
Yeah, working it great, and a surprise for me, but he'll be delighted with that. Laguta is at the back here, and he's struggling to get amongst the points. Antonio Lindback untidy on the opening lap. Certainly is lacking for speed there in third place, but Kawadze did a good time yesterday in the second group, coming through in 7th place. Into the last lap, he's pulled away from Freddie Lindgren. Kawadze, well, he's an understated guy. We haven't been talking about him very much, but we might just be now because he's winning in start here.
Only 11 GP points before tonight. Laguta having a go here, but it's a win for Kawadze from Lindgren. At third place, Antonio Lindback with man at the back there, Artem Laguta, bitterly disappointed once again. But the win is for Kawadze, who moves on to 14 Grand Prix points for the series, and that was a
Good ride.
fantastic ride, away from the start, super quick. He's got the setup sorted right from the start of the meeting tonight.
Yeah, nailed on, and again, the Gate 4 working. 2 consecutive races from Gate 4.
Yeah, Karodze, the race winner. Then it was Freddie Lindgren in second spot. Third was Antonio Limbach, and Artem Laguta trailed in at the back. 2 heats gone here in Prague, and Gate 4 working a treat for Milik and then for Karodze.
Yeah, this is great stuff, and he gets that run across the field as he hits that first turn. Track slicker than yesterday, there's no doubt about that. Limbach untidy coming out of the first corner. The bike just lifts violently here. Just a touch of dirt there on the inside, but not much. He's well out of control there. Laguta really not quite sure which way to go. Laguta frustrated coming from Gate 3, not able to get amongst the points. But for Karodze, that's a really confidence-boosting ride. Quite clear there. You can see how he thinks about it. He'll be chuffed to bits with that one.
Yep. Back in the Grand Prix after a few years out, Janis Karodze. The riders are up at tapes for heat number 3. Yeah, Maciej Janowski missed the opening round in Warsaw. That was with a broken collarbone that he suffered in a league meeting just ahead of the opening round of the World Championship. And just awaiting Max Frick, who is in here as a replacement. Of course, Ty Woffenden out with that shoulder blade and vertebra problem, and we wish Ty all the very best. And he's alongside Robert Lambert on the grid, who's also a replacement for the unavailable Greg Hancock due to family reasons. We continue to wish Greg and his family all the very best, particularly wife Jenny, of course. It's Maciej Janowski off the inside, then it's Max Frick from Australia, Robert Lambert off 3, and then it's Jason Doyle going off the outside gate. This is heat number 3, and it's a great start from Maciej Janowski off 2, but Doyle again, gate number 4. What on earth is happening here? Gate 4 working a treat, the big run to the first turn, and Jason Doyle, who does need a big night tonight, 11 points before this evening, and he has the advantage over Maciej Janowski. Robert Lambert third, Max Frick who's at the back.
Frick's in second. No, it's actually Janowski at the back. He's now coming on strong, pushing hard to Lambert. What a start again from Gate 4. Doyle is delighted with that. You're absolutely correct, Nigel.
Janowski's through.
Yeah, Janowski's into third place. He's got the better of Lambert, but Doyle out in front. He's won here twice before. Looking good, looking fast. Frick, this is a good effort from him. There's no doubt that the Australian will be really chuffed with these 2 points. Into the last lap, Jason Doyle, the former world champion. This is a good start from him.
He knows what it's all about around here, of course. He's won here before. That 2017 season when he won the world title. 2016 he was magnificent as well. And that's Jason Doyle back to his best.
Yeah, good ride.
Super ride ahead of Max Frick. And then Maciej Janowski came through to pass Robert Lambert, who trailed in at the back on that occasion. But Jason Doyle, that's 3 wins from gate number 4 now.
Well,
in the opening 3 heats. That was a bit of a surprise, really, Cal.
Massive surprise, Nigel, because Gate 4 normally is a bit of a graveyard.
Yep.
But in the first 3 races, it's been the one to be on.
Doyle, Frick, Janowski, Lambert. That's the finishing order for heat number 3 here at the Marquetta Stadium. And so far, in the opening 3 heats, it's early days, but all the work is done from Gate 4. Dropping that clutch ahead of everybody else and pulling clear into that first turn. Some great riding from Doyle as the riders come out to prepare for heat 4.
It's not easy to overtake at this early stage, but when you get across from Gate 4, it really does appear that you can then stamp your authority on it. We're looking at the start. Nice slow-mo stuff as we go away from the tapes, but Doyle there's obviously a little bit of extra grip there that really does give the impetus to the rider from the outside. He gets the better of Frick in the first corner. Lambert initially into third, but Janowski then comes through into third place. But Jason Doyle will be chuffed to bits with an opening win. Needs it outside the top 8 at the moment.
Yeah, Max Frick, who got the call, rode for Bellevue Aces in the UK on Thursday night, and then flew out here for qualifying yesterday, and he'll benefit from the experience once again of Grand Prix Speedway tonight, I'm sure. But a great ride from Jason Doyle. We're up at heat 4, and after this race every rider will have completed 1 ride, and it's Emil Sayfutdinov off the inside gate, and then it's Patrick Dudek, who was level with Smarslik at the top of the leaderboard before the action started tonight. Vashilikov 3, Madsen off 4. Tasty
What a lineup!
now.
This is a fantastic lineup. Madsen's been in great form. Oh! did Martin Vacelik move? Yeah, he did, and Craig Ackroyd doesn't hesitate at all. The red light comes on immediately. A warning for Martin Vacelik there. Gate 3 has not been working in the first 3 heats. Quite clearly he felt nervous and he felt he needed to get away sharpish. But a little too sharp. We'll see it again now. You watch, he'll just move a fraction early here. There it is. And you can't get away with that these days. And yeah, just a touch too early, so we're going to have to do it again. But this lineup, Nigel, as you said, this is a terrific lineup. And the way it's for, yeah, it's a warning for.
Yep. So Phil Morris issuing the warning to Martin Vacelik.
So the 2 minutes are on again, and riders will be making their way back round to the start line. Emil Sayfutdinov, who also needs a good night, was in the final here last year, as was Dudek. Dudek actually led the final for 3 3/4 laps and just got pipped on the post by Freddie Lindgren. Stunning ride from him. Leon Madsen has been an absolute revelation. He has won the opening round. He was 3rd place in Slovenia. And the European champion coming into the Grand Prix again has really been, well, he set the world alight in the first 2 rounds of the championship.
Yeah, very much so. And as soon as we saw the riders pick their numbers for tonight, or the order of where they start tonight, then I looked at Heat 4 straight away and I thought, wow, can't wait for that one. But Madsen, the evidence of the opening 3 heats tonight, he'll fancy this from gate number 4 in yellow.
He's got some useful opposition though, hasn't he? And I think Dudek and Sayfutdinov. Martin Vacelik is also enjoying a great season. He's on 24 World Championship points as he comes out for his first ride tonight. He's fully fit and he's looking good this year.
Certainly is. Sayfutdinov, Dudek, Vacelik and Madsen. That's your lineup for heat number 4 here then in the Markéta Stadium in Prague. And the riders will settle down very shortly again. After this race, we will have a slight breathing break. But I know the organisers are very keen to get on with it this evening. And the team tries, and Madsen has made a beauty from gate number 4. Oh, he makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Sayfutdinov is second right now. Vacelik trying to come through on Patrick Dudek in 3rd spot. But the lead is in Leon Madsen. It looks like 4 race winners from the opening 4 heats from gate number 4. Wow, Madsen from Sayfutdinov, from Dudek, and it's Martin Vacelik in the back right now.
You're not going to catch him now. He's quite arguably the fastest rider in the world right now, Leon Madsen. He is exceptional in the Extraliga. Just signed a massive contract in Czestochowa to stay another 3 years for the club, and he's looking great here. Gate 4, quite clearly, a big advantage in the opening races. Sayfutdinov can do nothing about it. Dudek can't do anything about it. And Vacelik is frustrated out the back. Leon Madsen into the last lap. Clear away in front. Brilliant ride.
Yeah, he's tearing them apart here. Leon Madsen, and just a quick check over his left shoulder. He sees Sayfutdinov second. Dudek's going to have a go on Sayfutdinov late on here, but very hard to pass in the early stages here.
Oh, cruise to a win.
But that, oh, absolutely. He just made it look so simple. Leon Madsen in the yellow helmet colour. 4 wins from gate 4 in the opening 4 heats.
Wow.
Didn't expect that.
No.
But that was superb from Madsen. I flagged it up before the race. I said he'd fancy his chances on the evidence of the opening 3 races.
Spot on.
Didn't quite expect him to make it look that easy, to be fair, but anyway, he did do.
Very good indeed.
Sayfutdinov, Dudek, and then Vacelik, your finishing order. 4 races gone then here in Prague. Your race winners, Doyle, Kawadze, Madsen and Milik.
Well, quite a shock here in the first 4 races with the outside gate working so well, but Madsen's pumped, and crikey, he's got some speed. If he keeps doing that tonight, he's going to be an awfully difficult man to beat. Sayfutdinov on the inside there, slick on the inside, and a bit of argy-bargy between Dudek. Dudek knows that he needs to stamp his authority to hang on to 3rd place because Martin Vacelik was trying to get up the inside of the Polish man. But look at Madsen, really looking good on the bike. He's a really slight guy, carries lots of speed, and he just won very comfortably in the end. And Dudek came on strongly to put the Russian under pressure as they come out of the last corner. But the race is all about the Danish man here. This man really is setting the world alight this season. And he's got 2 gate 1s, so interesting to see what he makes of those, because it hasn't been working so far.
Yeah, and the World Championship right now, you have 3 riders with just a point between them at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Smarslik, Dudek and Madsen, 30, 29, 29. It's interesting the way it's shaping up here. This is round 3 of 10 in the World Championship. Now, let's hear from Max Frick speaking to Kiri in the pits.
Well, Max, keeping cool down here, temperature's still high, but that was a good first result. You needed to pick up those points.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up as many points as I can at this point. It's early on, so the most important is we can get out those starts and pick up a few points along the way, and we'll see how we end up when it comes to the end of the meeting.
Okay, what do you make of those gates? We talked yesterday, you wanted those inside gates, but we've had 4 wins from the outside now.
Yeah, I know, maybe I should have picked a different number, but it's hard to say when you're picking the numbers the day before. It can all change overnight when they re-prep the track, so it's a little bit different, but I finished off with a few outside gates, so hopefully I can finish strong towards the end of the meeting.
All right, thanks, Max.
Ciao, thank you.
Well, it is interesting, and it goes against all the stats. We've been coming here for 23 years, and the outside gate has never been a good one to have, but it's bucking the trend tonight, that's for sure. But you sense that over the course of the meeting it will even itself out to a degree. Keith Chapman here, the chairman of the BSPA, is in attendance with his wife. He's enjoying the delights of the city as well. It's a great venue to come to, of course, and we are sold out tonight, and it's a great atmosphere out there. We've got people from every part of Europe here, that's for sure, and plenty of Polish fans in, German fans here, come in their numbers. They can drive here, it's not too far away at all.
Yeah, and it hasn't always been the case, Kelv, where we've actually had a sellout here. In fact, for a number of years it was only about 3/4 full, sometimes maybe only half full, and it's great to see. They work hard on promoting this event here in Prague.
Got to give a lot of credit to Pavel Ondrusik and his team that promote this event. They really have put it on the map now, as you say. In the past, it wasn't always quite as well attended as it is now, and so credit to them, because they really do put it in, and when they must have a sense of pride when they look around with full stands, and it should be a good event. The track's going to evolve a bit tonight. It's going to get better. We haven't seen really any overtaking. It's all been about the starts. It's slicker than it was yesterday, there's no doubt about that, but it has been so brutally hot earlier on. In actual fact, the cloud cover is going to do the track a favour as we get into the latter stages. But there's no doubt about it that this man now, with his 2nd race in succession, he will go from gate 4. He will now go to gate 1, and be interesting to see how he gets on.
Absolutely. So Madsen off 1, Iversen off 2, Lindback off 3, and Robert Lambert off the outside. Now, Janis Kalodze is one of our race winners so far, and he is with Kiri.
Janis Kalodze, we don't get to hear from you that often, but you must be happy with that victory on home. So from the outside gate, unexpected as well. Big smile from you.
Yeah, the 4 gate is very good, and I had a handicap in the start, and I have a good start, and I full gas to full throttle to finish, then I'm be first.
I like the description, full gas. Well done, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and that was short and sweet, but there's no doubt that Kalodze would be chuffed to bits to have come out. A bit of water going on the track here, Nige, and that'll be interesting to see what the boys make of that. Phil Morris keeping a close eye on it. They won't need so much water tonight because we've got the cloud cover now, and it's a lot cooler than when we arrived. It was about 35 degrees as when we came to the stadium. I would say it's a good 10 degrees cooler than that now, and as I say, we haven't got any sunshine as we speak. Terrific atmosphere in the stadium, no doubt about that.
And, the crowd level, Kelv, has been boosted by the Polish success, hasn't it? Without a doubt.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You've got 2 Poles leading the championship. They can drive here, and they've come in their hundreds here, and we're 9,000 capacity, so it's looking good. And as I say, before the event started, all the stalls outside, the food and the booze was really being consumed in quite considerable quantities, and so everybody's in good spirits.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few British fans here as well, which is good to see. Riders pushing off then, so we're going to be on with the action very soon. 4 of the 20 heats have been completed, 20 heats to decide the top 8 for the semi-finals and then the final. So 23 races in total for Speedway Grand Prix. And this is round 3 of 10 in the 2019 series. And race winners so far, Doyle, Kawatse, Madsen and Milik. And that's the leaderboard that we have right now. 3 points for win, 2 for second, 1 for third, and nothing for finishing last. Riders coming up to tapes.
Interesting conditions we got here, Nige.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, it's wet. It's quite wet. And could be a bit greasy in this one.
Yep, and Robert Lambert is the man off the outside here, but conditions have changed, so we'll see how that impacts here in heat number 5 of the Antlers, Czech Republic FIM Speedway Grand Prix. We're live in the Markéta Stadium here in Prague, and heat number 5 is coming up. Here we go with race number 5 then, with Leon Madsen switching from the outside to the inside this time, and then it's Niels Christian Iversen off gate number 2, Antonio Lindback off 3, and the British rider Robert Lambert going off the outside in yellow. Robert, who rides for the Kings Lynn Stars, whose club owner Keith Chapman is here in Prague watching on, and there's his pit crew. Robert's pit crew, and he's off the outside gate, but finished last in his opening ride.
Yeah, didn't get away very well at all, and he'll be looking to bounce back after that. Leon Madsen, he's the key man here. The track is quite wet. They've put quite a lot of water on. It might just fall right for Madsen now, because it looks a little drier on the inside. Mid to the outside, it looks a little bit wet to me, but time will tell.
Yep, heat number 5. Here we go. It's a good start by Niels Christian Iversen. Iversen has made a beauty. Now Lambert in the yellow helmet trying to come around the outside of Madsen. Madsen holding second spot right now. Lambert tries the inside run. The man at the back here is Antonio Lindback. But that was a good start from Robert Lambert. Here comes Lambert up the inside of Leon Madsen. That was a smart move, a real clever switch from the youngster there, Cal.
Yeah, but it's too wet, and they've just literally gone very greasy in the first turn, and that's why 1 or 2 of them are finding it difficult. Lambert was smart there. He just hugged the inside, and he's got himself nicely into second place. Iversen terrific away from the tapes. There's no doubt about it. They've got to ride around the inside in this first race after the first 4. Heat 5 is all about the inside line. Iversen charging away in front. He's enjoying this, but I tell you what, the boys at the back are not.
Yeah, Niels Christian Iversen looking very smooth in front, and started off with a last place here in Prague tonight, but he's going to go from last to first in 2 races here now. That's a tremendous effort from Niels Christian Iversen from gate number 2. Robert Lambert did well to pass Leon Madsen.
He did.
With a very clever switch. And
well, he just allowed Madsen to run in fast going into turn 3, and he just figured that, yeah, crept round the inside, dry line there. Middle of the track to the outside was watered prior to that race, no question about it. The boys at the back won't be happy at all. Iversen will be delighted, of course, because he got away and hit the front. Didn't have to pull any tear-offs at all. Iversen looking good this time.
He's the winner with Robert Lambert second, Leon Madsen third, and Antonio Lindback trailed at the back. Robert Lambert's night has got going in his second outing here. Madsen on 4 points, top of the leaderboard. Niels Christian Iversen on 3, but riders just below them have got a race in hand, of course. 5 of our 20 heats to decide our semi-finalists are now completed here in the Markéta Stadium.
Yes.
Iversen, great start from gate 2.
Yeah, he really does make the bike work nicely here. It digs in because he's got Madsen, who's a bit untidy to the first corner, and Iversen then just stamps his authority. But you look at Lambert there, he's spinning up there coming out of turn 2, and he's smart enough. He realises immediately that he's going to have to chop to the inside. He comes from the outside, now loses his momentum because he's spinning up, chops to the inside, and Leon Madsen just runs a little bit deep going into turn 3, and going nowhere, just spinning up on that greasy surface, and Lambert just takes advantage of that. Smart move by him, but Iversen did the hard yards going to the first turn.
Got a good lineup coming up here for heat number 6 now. Dudek, Janowski, Smarslik. 3 poles and a Russian Artem Laguta. What a tear-up this promises to be.
Brilliant stuff.
Patrick Dudek off the inside gate. Then it's Matt Janowski. Bartosz Smarslik goes off gate number 3 in white. And Artem Laguta is off the outside gate. This could be a good one.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Dudek was going for it in his first ride. Janowski had to work very hard. Smarslik with the second place. Laguta was disappointing, failed to score. What a tough heat.
Yep, here we go. That's a great start from Janowski, but what about that from Patrick Dudek, and now charging hard. Laguta around the outside in yellow.
Ooh, lovely.
What a move from the Russian Artem Laguta in the yellow helmet colour. Dudek is holding second spot. Smarslik now will take up the running. Janowski's in the back, but this is a fine ride from Artem Laguta in the yellow helmet colour right now.
It was indeed. I didn't think he was going to be able to do that, but he got the bike hooked up and he charged to the front and got the better of Dudek. Smarslik and Janowski having a hard time in third and fourth, that's for sure. But Artem Laguta, this is a fabulous way to bounce back. Oh my goodness. Oh, without a shake there between the two policemen. But out in front, the Russian just tearing this up, and he's getting the better of the poles.
Yeah, just one lap to go now for Artem Laguta, who, of course, won the Speedway of Nations last year alongside Emil Sayfutdinov, and they defend their title in their home country next month. It's Artem Laguta who's going to take the checkered flag from Patrick Dudek in second spot, Bartosz Smarslik third, and Matt Janowski, who made a reasonable start, trailing in at the back there now, and it means that Smarslik and Dudek are level again at the top of the leaderboard in the World Championship on 31 points apiece. Madsen is on 30, so just 1 point separating the top three in the world at this stage of the season. Laguta, Dudek, Smarslik and Janowski is your finishing order, and Artem Laguta from gate number 4. It worked, but he did all the hard work down the back straight, really, Kel.
Yeah, he did. He just got a nice run round that first corner, and the World Championship is really tight indeed, particularly between the top three. And we're going to see it again. You can still see that water glistening on the surface, so it still was a bit greasy here. I suspect there's some frustration in the pits about that, to be perfectly honest, because it's really difficult. But a great move early on. He needed to do it early, because I think if he hadn't quite squeezed around the outside, he would have had a bit of trouble there. You just see there where Dudek just missed the line and spun up, and Smarslik was there looking to pounce. And it's been a little processional around the inside at this very early stage again. But for that man, after failing to score in his first ride from gate 3, that stunning move around the first corner, he'll be much happier now about that.
Yep. So we're up to heat number 7. Really cracking on here tonight with the weather forecast of potential thunderstorms around the Prague area later on. So heat number 7. Max Frick goes off the inside gate, then it's Emil Sayfutdinov, the Russian, and he's changed his bike for this one. Then it's Freddie Lindgren going off gate number 3 in white, and Matti Zagar, can he make gate 4 work for him now?
Well, he'll be hoping so. The track is much slicker, so quite possibly that's the reason for the change. There was quite a lot of grip on the track yesterday, but overnight conditions have changed.
Away from the start, who's going to emerge in the first turn? It's a good start from gate 1 for Max Frick. Now charging up the inside is Emil Sayfutdinov, but Frick holds the line nicely here, the Australian. It's Sayfutdinov now trying the outside run. Lindgren is third right now. Clever move from Sayfutdinov, but Frick goes wide, and now Emil tries the inside run. Max Frick just about holding the line. Emil really piling the pressure on now. Lindgren is third and Zagar in the back, but Frick pulls clear.
Yeah, good ride from Max Frick. Oh, Lindgren's gone down. Disappointment for the Swedish man. Can he get the bike up in time? Interesting to see if he can get the bike off the track. Frick still out in front. Sayfutdinov, yes, Lindgren's done well there. The race will continue on, but for Max Frick, well, he's going to move on to 5 points here. And he's looking good coming in as a replacement. He's having a great night so far.
Yeah, riding nicely here. And rides for Wroclaw in the Polish Extraliga, rides for the Bellevue Aces in the UK. He'll be back in the UK on Monday night for Bellevue, and he's coming round and to take the checkered flag.
Oh, good ride.
Good ride, Max Frick. He was under pressure from Sayfutdinov there, but I thought he rode a real smart line to block the challenge of Sayfutdinov, and that was a decent race.
He didn't panic, Nige. That was the good thing. He was under all that sorts of pressure, but he didn't overreact. He kept his composure and his focus, and he had a lot of speed. And as the race continued, it actually pulled away from the Russian. So good ride from Frick there.
Yeah, great stuff from Frick. Sayfutdinov second, then it's Zagar third. Freddie Lindgren fell, but credit Freddie, he got off the track and enabled the race to continue. Good to see that he's okay. And Max Frick on to 5 points now.
Yeah, good start.
Effort. Yeah,
Great start. Great start to the night, and you've got to say he's got a good chance of making the semi-finals. A little nervy on the start, but gets away with that. Nice, clean first corner. He runs to the middle of the track. Saifutinov chopping back to the inside. Hard to pass right now. Really hard to pass. Freddie Lindgren running in hot there and just slips off 2/3 of the way through the race. But a good battle for a lap or two between the front two. Just seeing Lindgren slip off there. It is a little greasy out there, and it just caught the Swedish man out. The back tyre letting go on him. And down it goes. As I say, there will be a touch of frustration about that.
It's not like Freddie at all, that, is it?
No. He gets caught out by conditions, but Mark Courtney there working with Max Frick tonight, and they've started in fine style.
Yeah, Mark Courtney, who used to work with Christoph Kasperzak, I recall, and good to see him still involved. Mark, a fine rider in his day. He was one of the talented young British riders of the 80s.
He was indeed. He lives in Poland now, and he's been working with Rybnik, the club there, for some time.
So here's your lineup for heat number 8. After this race, every rider will have completed 2 outings. It's Vaclav Milik, Janis Kawadze and Jason Doyle, all race winners from their opening heat. And then it's Martin Vaculik on his warning, of course, after delaying the start in his opening ride. So 3 race winners head-to-head here.
Yeah, looking forward to this. Martin Vaculik has changed his bike as well. He's gone to his big bike now.
Oh, Doyle. Wow, he went very early.
Doyle may have touched the tapes there.
Very, very early.
I think he may have touched the tapes, and we'll have to look at it again, and that'll be a shame after winning the first race. He had a nice base to build on here. Let's watch the Australian. Goes early, he's out. It's gone. So that is a major disappointment for Doyle. When you win your first race, you would have think that he would have settled down a little bit, but quite clearly feeling the pressure. Gate 3 hasn't been working very well, but that's a real shame.
Craig Ackroyd, our referee. And, Jason Doyle touching the tapes. And like you said, Kel, that's such a shame.
Disqualified, okay?
Such a shame for Jason after winning his opening ride.
He had a bonus, didn't he, with Gate 4 working so well in the first 4 races, and then...
Is that pressure of the gate positions?
Definitely. Gate 3 isn't working, and he'll be aware of that. He'll feel that he needed to do something a bit extra. And unfortunately, he's just got himself thrown out of the race. So that's tough on Jason, but he has got 3 more races to respond, but not ideal, far from ideal.
Zdeněk Holub is the reserve, the first reserve. He's
2
preparing
minutes, guys!
to take his place here, and a good experience for him.
2 minutes!
Zdeněk Holub. Of course, we had the World Cup here a few years ago, didn't we? They had riders like Adrian Rimmel, Czech Republic.
Joseph Frank.
Joseph
If we can have a countdown, please.
had a good GP here.
He did indeed.
Yeah.
And a good long track rider as well.
They're well known up in Berwick-upon-Tweed in the UK.
They are indeed. Spent a bit of time up there. Now we've got the wild card out here as well, Nigel. He'll go from the inside gate this time, having won his opening race from the outside.
1 minute 20.
Looking very impressive indeed. And Vaclav Milik has been up and down this year. We saw him in Lancashire in the Speedway of Nations riding very well, but his league form in Poland has been poor. So he'll be looking for a big night to really boost his season.
Yeah, and I wonder, has he changed his machinery?
Well, he may well have done, because
practice.
there's not. Well, in practice he was slow as Christmas, and there's no doubt that he was quick in his first ride, and it looked really impressive. So quite clearly they've been working hard overnight.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Been on a diet.
Heat number 8. Holub is the man in the white helmet colour. So two Czech Republic riders here in this race. So plenty of home support. Packed house here at the Marketa Stadium. It's Milik, Kawadze, Holub and Vaculik. That's your lineup for heat number 8.
Looking forward to it. The second time of asking, of course, and Jason Doyle will be frustrated back in the pits. He'll have to wait patiently now for his 3rd outing and be kicking himself, an opportunity to just even just 1 point, moving on to 4. It's going to be a tough night. People are going to drop points all over the place.
Here we go then, heat number 8, and it's a good start again for Kawadze from gate number 2. Superstar from him. Round the outside comes Vaculik, and there's a battle of the Czech Republic at the back. Holland challenging Vaclav Milik, who was super quick in his opening ride, but not so quick this time. And Janis Kowodze absolutely jet-propelled tonight. Brilliant stuff from gate number 2, from Vacilik, from Milik, and Holland the reserve, trailing in at the back. But look how quick Kowodze is going here.
Yeah, the bike set up beautifully, ripped away from gate number 2 and is comfortable in front. Milik is now beginning to put Martin Vacilik under a little bit of pressure. Track just beginning to work a little bit better. Still not easy to overtake, but Milik is hunting down the man in second place. Kolodze's got this, he's comfortable, he's a little bit like Madsen was earlier on. Kolodze is going to go top of the charts here. He's going to be unbeaten from 2 rides. And there's no doubt Kolodze looking really impressive indeed out in front.
Yeah, super stuff from Janis Kowodze. Here he comes to make it 6 out of 6. 2 rides, 2 wins. Great stuff. Martin Vacilik battling away in second spot. Vaclav Milik has to settle for a
very impressive
point on that occasion, but yeah, 4 points so far for him. And that was a super ride indeed from Janis Kowodze. From gate number 2, you could see as soon as the tapes went up, he nailed it superbly. Kowodze, Vacilik, Milik, Holland at the back. That's your result of heat number 8. 12 more races to go to decide who the semi-finalists are here. Kowodze leads the GP on 6, and Max Frick of Australia is on 5.
Yeah, very impressive start to the night for Kolodze, unbeaten. And I saw his manager earlier on, Krzysztof Cegielski, and he said that they were looking for a big night, and so far his man has produced 2 stunning rides. He's been sharp away from the tapes, and that really has been the key to it in the early stages of the Grand Prix. And Kolodze with those camo-coloured Kevlars looking very smart indeed. Martin Vacilik into second place. Milik has to ride quite defensively there down the back straight with the young reserve coming in. He made him work quite hard, but Milik then winds it on and actually pushes Vacilik right the way to the checkered flag. Can't get the better of him, but he moves on to 4 points. But that man there, well, a surprise package so far, but this is his best Grand Prix, comfortably out of the first 3. And Kolodze moving into 9th place in the World Championship on 17 points at this stage. Well, that's a great start for him.
Well, as you can see, the weather is okay at the moment, but we do have that concern of the weather forecast suggesting that there may well be thunderstorms. 70% chance of thunderstorms later on this evening. Let's hear from Robert Lambert now, who pulled off a good second place in his last ride, and he is with Kiri in the pits.
Robert, fantastic overtaking move there in that heat. What's the track like out there?
It's a little bit different to yesterday. It's a little bit more harder, but yeah, it's really overcast now, and yeah, it's like weather's really different today, and I think that's caught us out a little bit. But that's not how we start the meeting; that's how we finish.
Okay, well, just looking at how you finish, a couple of inside gates. Has the track moved in the inside gate favour yet?
Not really. Gate 4's going pretty good. But yeah, it's difficult when you need to choose on the qualifying day and you look at the starts and they're all different, and then you come the next day and everything's totally different. So, you know, it's a tough one. And so, yeah, we thought what was right yesterday, but we just have to work with what we got today and take the positives from it.
All right, thanks, Robert.
Cheers.
It was a nice ride from Robert Lambert, though, you know, and he was smart there. Had his racing brain in gear, because he could have got sucked in with Madsen running in hard, but he didn't, and it just watered the track, and he crept round the inside and he was able to steal that second place away for it. But they haven't put any water on this time, which is good news, because it is difficult, but with the cloud cover, they just slightly overwatered before that last block of race.
Let's hear from Leon Madsen now, who's with Kiri in the pits.
Well, Leon, that inside gate not working how we thought it was going to.
No, I couldn't make any miracle from gate 1 last time. I feel I dropped the clutch fast enough, but then after a few meters, you know, it just starts spinning, and I could see he wasn't past me to the first corner. So not a good start number I picked yesterday, but the start's looking different today, unfortunately. So bad luck for me.
Well, you've still got 4 points. You have got an inside gate going into your next heat.
Yeah, I'll do some changing on the bike, and hopefully I can make a fast start next time from gate 1 and win the race and get some points to the account. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But I also lost a point in the last race. I was behind Iversen on the straight and choose to move out and open the space for Lambert inside, and that was my own fault and can only blame myself for that. So you can't make those mistakes in this game, then you're gonna get punished straight away. So yeah.
All right, thanks, Leon.
Thanks.
Well, very honest and very open there. He said he made a mistake, and he did, because he
enjoy listening to him.
Oh, it's great. He's great. He's really refreshing, and he just ran in a little hot, and that's why I say that Lambert was smart, because he didn't get sucked in with him, and he took advantage of that. We have had more water on the track, and that might be a tricky one. Not quite sure if we needed that.
Yep, well, we'll see how heat number 9 develops in a few moments' time. Any moment now, the 2 minutes will go on. Laguta, Vasilik, Iversen and Frick. So Max Frick has got gate 4 this time. And it'll be interesting to see how he can go from gate number 4. He's got 5 points in the bag already.
Looking good.
So another race win, and it'll almost be in the semi-finals with a couple of races to spare. So
valuable experience, this.
Great experience, absolutely right. So we'll see how he goes, and we'll see how the conditions are and how the track rides.
Well, the conditions are, Nigel, they're this. It's slicker than yesterday, and it will be greasy. No doubt about it. We've got cloud cover now, so therefore the moisture isn't evaporating quite as quickly. We have now got Artem Laguta on track, who was very useful last time. He looked very good indeed. He's going from what we thought was going to be the best gate, inside gate, but it hasn't proved to be that way so far. And Artem, if he hits the front, is a very fast rider indeed. But the danger man could very well be Max Frick, who will be going from the outside. Martin Vasilik just having a few running repairs there. Back with his crew. And Iversen, also a rider who looked much better last time by winning and picking up the 3 points.
Yep, building up then to heat number 9 here, our next set of heats. 8 races gone of the 20 to decide our semi-finalists here in Prague. Riders up at tapes, and we're getting ready for race number 9. Here we go then with heat number 9, with Artem Laguta going off the inside gate in the red helmet colour. Martin Vasilik on that warning right now, of course, and then it's Niels Christian Iversen going off gate 3, and Max Frick of Australia going from the outside gate in yellow. Can he make gate 4 count? If he does, then he'll have a semi-final spot within his sights.
He will indeed.
A couple of races left for him.
Sure, he's going good tonight. I think the inside line's going to be the best line here. Might just be a little greasy in the middle of the track again. Artem Laguta, if he can just get the bite to the first corner, might well be in the box seat, but we have seen gate 2 working pretty well tonight. Iversen certainly last time gate 2 worked really nicely, got the better of Madsen. So yeah, heat number 9, interesting lineup. Artem Laguta looking good last time out.
Here we go then, heat number 9 it is. Janis Kwadze is the only rider unbeaten so far. Everybody else has dropped a point. Going into that first turn, that's a smart move from Martin Vasilik as he pulls clear now. Watch out for Frick in yellow. Here comes Max Frick. Whoa, what a move! Superb from Max Frick in the yellow helmet colour. Has that lead, has made the outside gate count, got the outside run and lots of speed. Second place Vasilik, third is Artem Laguta, and Niels Christian Iversen, who won his last race, is trailing well and truly at the back.
He'll be frustrated with that, but Max Frick is having a fantastic night. Really hooked up and flying away. Really superb in that first corner. He's running nice and wide, and there, as he exits the corner, he's found some dirt there, and he really is generating pace. They're spread out. It's tough to overtake tonight, that's for sure. Iversen's almost packed up at the back. But for this man, he's going to move on to 8 World Championship points tonight. In his replacement for Ty Woofenden, the World Champion. Well, he's taking full advantage of that.
Yeah, he looks really happy with the track, that's for sure. Making it look easy.
When you're in front, you do.
Yeah, he does. Max Frick, superb ride. Down the back straight he went. Got the better of Martin Vasilik. So, fine rider. Max Frick has moved on to 8 points, so...
What a good effort that is.
Yeah, our Australian viewers will be delighted, fans of Wroclaw. Of course, our UK viewers who watch it with Bellevue Aces, they'll be delighted. And Max Frick, well, quite a story, coming in as a replacement tonight and riding superbly. So Max Frick, the winner, from Martin Vasilik second, Artem Laguta third, and Niels Christian Everson at the back. And look at Frick now, 8 points from 3 rides. Should make the semis from here now.
Well, he's got every chance, and there's no doubt again, he had a fabulous run round that first corner. He really is in top form. Hasn't always produced on the Grand Prix stage, but tonight he is coming through brilliantly. Just about gets there alongside Martin Vasilik, but there's a bit of grip there, just coming out of that corner. He was in the right place at the right time. He comes across here. You think Martin Vasilik's got this under control, but now the bike digs into Frick, and then 2/3 of the way out, there's more drive and lots of speed. And the Australian was in the right place at the right time and picks up a brilliant win, second consecutive win. Only dropped 1 point so far tonight. That is fantastic. He finishes with 2 more outside gates. No doubt about it that gate 3 really hasn't been very good, but gate 4 has been. But just to see how he finishes off in his next 2 rides.
Yeah, we've got Bartosz Marslik going off the outside gate this time. And he, of course, is the joint leader of the World Championship right now. We've got Jason Doyle, the 2017 World Champion, looking to bounce back after being excluded for that tapes touching. And by the way, he will carry a warning for the rest of the meeting as a consequence of that as well. So it's Doyle, and it's Lindback off 2, then off gate number 3, it's Emil Saifuganov, and then Bartosz Marslik going off the outside gate. I think you'll fancy this, Marslik off the outside. Saifuganov's made a good start from gate number 3. Look at Doyle now, superb move on. Marslik has been squeezed out. Doyle has the lead. Here's Saifuganov in second place right now. Lindback is third, and Marslik is at the back, who really was pushed out and squeezed away there. But that is brilliant from Jason Doyle, bouncing back, and he's under pressure from Emil Saifuganov here. We've got a race on here, Cal.
We have indeed. It's lining up, that's for sure. Marslik made a mistake going to the first corner. He went hunting for the third and got squeezed out. Doyle bouncing back in fine style here, winding it on. He's got all sorts of pressure from Saifuganov. Doyle has now got himself in the right place. Marslik pushing so hard, trying to find a way through into third place. But Doyle, this is great character shown from the former world champion into the last lap. Move on to 6 points and a great week to bounce back.
Oh, Emil Saifuganov locked up there. That probably gives Doyle a little bit of breathing space now. Marslik's going deep into the turn to try and come around the outside.
Oh, Doyle lost it away!
Saifuganov has come through. Oh, goodness me!
Oh, just a momentary lapse of concentration in the last corner.
Drama.
Just got caught out, ran really wide, really gutted about that. Not disaster, of course, but 6 is better than 5, and gifts the win to Emil Saifuganov as they come out of the last corner. Desperately disappointing for Jason there, but for Emil Saifuganov, he will say thank you very much indeed. A very useful win for the Russian.
Yeah, so disappointment for Bartosz Marslik as well. Saifuganov now on to 7 points. Doyle is on 5, and it's actually 3 races that he's raced. The graphic says 2, but it's counted as 3 because it's excluded in 1.
Here we see it again, movement from Antonio Lindback, but he penalises himself, so the race is not called back. Doyle away from the inside, he just about gets there, allows the bike to run across to the middle of the track. Good first turn. Marslik was all over the place there. I don't quite know what he was thinking about. He made hard work of it, that's for sure. Saifuganov had a lot of speed early doors here, but then Jason Doyle just began to really stamp his authority on. Lifts violently, just had to hang on, and he'll be really frustrated about that. And Saifuganov quite clearly delighted to have picked up that win, but really it should have been Jason Doyle's.
It should have been. I think he was unlucky there, just picked up a drive.
We saw that in Warsaw with Freddie Lindgren in the final when Madsen won. Had it all under control, too much drive, and the rider behind in the right place at the right time.
Bartosz Marslik at the back, just as I said, he'll fancy this, but he was squeezed out early on. It's Kawadze off the inside here, Lambert off gate 2, Mati Zegar gate 3, and Patrick Dudek going off the outside in yellow.
Yeah.
And Dudek on 31 points in the World Championship, level with Smarslik at the top.
Kawadze unbeaten, Nige on the inside gate. Can he do it again?
Yes, he's number 11 it is.
Wow.
That's a great start from Dudek, goodness me. Wonderful stuff. And now Lambert in second place, but Dudek loses control of the bike and then battles to get it back on the ground and under control, holding on to it, and he's got the advantage here now, but he's being chased hard by Kawadze. Robert Lambert is third, Mati Zegar is at the back right now, but Dudek, well, look at this now, down the back straight, he can't relax because he knows that Kawadze will come on strong, but Lambert's not giving up.
No, Lambert's right in the picture, but Dudek has been untidy, but he's managed to hang on out in front. Kawadze's now under pressure from Robert Lambert and Zegar at the back. Oh, Dudek again! Untidy in the top corner, but he's hanging on and he's doing it out in front. Kawadze will certainly be delighted with 2 points here. Lambert riding nicely in third, but a lap to go. So Dudek going to do this time in the top corner? Oh, that's actually quite calm for him. He's kept it all under control.
Patrick Dudek then is going to collect 3 points here, you would expect, unless he picks up something unexpected, but he hasn't.
He's done it.
He's got the victory. Patrick Dudek in the yellow helmet colour, and the man in red, Janis Kawadze, is beaten for the first time tonight. Patrick Dudek the winner with Kawadze second. Robert Lambert was third. Mati Zegar struggling around in the back on that occasion, but well, it was a bit untidy, but he got 3 points anyway.
Yeah, he'll be pleased with that, but he won't be pleased with the way the race went. Certainly, Dudek was... Oh, I thought he almost ground to a hold as he came out of the first corner on the opening lap.
Dudek, Kawadze, Lambert, Zegar, that's your finishing order. Kawadze on 8, and Frick on 8 as well. Dudek now on 6 points in 4th place and leads the World Championship now by 3 points ahead of Bartosz Smarslik.
And Dudek will be pleased about that. Not his best race he's ever ridden, but he picks up the 3 points. Watch it here now, just loads of grit, and then the bike literally just locks up and it's greasy there, and they're all queuing up behind him. I thought Kawadze might well get the better of him early on. He looked like he had the better racing line, more speed, but play to Dudek. He showed a lot of character here and really dug in and ground out the win, that's for sure, because Kawadze unbeaten, of course, coming into the race and piling on the pressure, and so was Lambert. Lambert was right there in the thick of the action as well, so a good speedway race. But for that man, 6 points and leading the championship by 3, well, that's pretty good.
Here we go, heat number 12.
That's about to say it's better than pretty good. I think it's very good.
Yes. Heat 12 it is now, and after this race, more track grading. And every rider will have completed 3 outings. When I say completed 3 outings, I know Doyle's only done 2 because he was excluded, but on the race card, it is technically 3 races that he's had.
Well, the race was under orders, wasn't it? Because the green light was on.
Madsen, Milik, Janowski and Lindgren is your starting lineup here from inside to outside. Here we go. Good start from Madsen on the inside gate. Now Lindgren comes charging hard in the outside gate, coming around the outside down the back straight. Madsen just leaves him enough room. That's a great move from Freddie Lindgren, and that back straight is working nicely and charging hard. Janowski now really putting the pressure on Leon Madsen. Milik's at the back. Madsen now charges hard, putting pressure on Lindgren. Here comes Janowski down the back straight. Great stuff down the back straight. Lindgren holding on to the lead.
Look at Madsen around the outside. This is the best race of the night. Lindgren's vulnerable in front. Madsen again up the inside, very nearly runs to the back of him. Keep your eyes on Janowski. Janowski's coming on strong. Lindgren slams the door shut. Janowski fancies it round the outside. Can he get there? I believe he can. No, he can't. Not quite. Thought he was going to do it, Nige.
Yeah, we're into the last lap here. Lindgren has got him all over him. Madsen shuts the door on Janowski.
Wow.
That was ruthless, and now Madsen is taking up the challenge. Round the outside, now the inside, but Lindgren hangs on. Best race of the night.
Easily.
Lindgren wins it from Madsen. From third place, Matsej Janowski. Milik at the back, and Madsen was ruthless on Janowski there, wasn't he?
He had to be, didn't he? Took no prisoners at all coming out of turn 2 late on in the race. Janowski will be really disappointed about that. He looked so good early on. Freddie Lindgren really digging in after dropping the bike in his previous ride. That was the Grand Prix come alive there, that's for sure.
That was better. Hopefully that'll be a sign of things to come. Lindgren, Madsen, Janowski, Milik, good speedway race. And after 3 rides each now, Karodze 8, Frick 8, they lead the Grand Prix, and I think we can put those two down for a place in the semi-final.
Well, decent race that, and Freddie Lindgren rode really strongly. He'll be pleased that he can get back into the Grand Prix because he dropped the bike. Madsen was very much in the thick of the action, there's no question about that. And the track's just dried enough for these guys to then start really strutting their stuff. So I hope they don't put too much more water on, because we've seen there when the last race of the block, the track conditions really have improved quite significantly. Milik misses out here, but these 3 in front, I mean, this is a great display of World Championship speedway. Look at this, 3 abreast down the back straight. The meat in the sandwich, of course, was Madsen, but Madsen then, well, he's a tenacious man, isn't he? He comes back into the reckoning. Janowski there, the start of the Polish boy around the outside, but Freddie Lindgren was not to be denied, because he hangs on out in front. But look at that move from Madsen. Whoa, he comes charging up the inside of Janowski and seals second place. Yeah, good speedway race.
Well, through all that, you've got to give Lindgren credit, Kel, because he had it all going on behind him.
Yeah. Well, fortunately he couldn't see it, could he? So that was quite handy, because it was quite exciting stuff. But I give him a lot of credit, because he got off the bike in the previous race, and he was able to bounce back with a win.
Let's hear from Emil Sayfutdinov now, down in the pits. He's talking to Kiri.
Well, Emma, I just saw you watching that heat. That was a great heat, but also your heat, you managed to take the win from Jason just on the last corner there.
Yeah, Jason has a mistake, and then I just been inside, and finally, it's won the heat.
Well, it's a steady performance for you, picking up those points, and you've got the outside gates to finish off on. Does that look promising for you to get into the semis?
I just try to take, every point, so what is possible. So track condition is really good. So we just change a few things in the setup, and hopefully next hit will be much faster. So we'll be okay.
All right, thanks, Emil.
Thank you. Yeah, interesting. He says he's happy with track conditions. It's slicker than it was yesterday, but bit of good fortune there he had last time out. There's no question about that, because Doyle had the race under control. Plenty of poles here. They have flocked here across the border into the Czech Republic for tonight's Grand Prix. Smashing atmosphere here. The town, as well as always, red hot, busy. And people like coming here, of course, because of that reason. They can combine it with a city visit and a Grand Prix on the Saturday night. So, building up nicely.
Yeah, it's certainly a great weekend here in Prague, and been a regular on the Grand Prix calendar for over 20 years now, the Markéta Stadium. There are other tracks in the Czech Republic, of course. Pardubice has regularly held the Czech Golden Helmet, and yeah, it's great to be here.
Yes, Pardubice is a well-renowned track, Nigel, and has held some big events in the past. But the Golden Helmet meeting that they hold in the autumn, and is always very well attended. Rode in the World Cup final actually there back in the day, and Markéta was actually the lesser of the two venues, but in the last 25 years that's been the reverse. We've always been coming here.
Yes, and a little bit of sunshine. A little bit of sunshine creeping through now. Let's hope that stays the case for about another hour or so. An hour and 20 minutes perhaps, and we can get the meeting through to a conclusion. And, Martin Vasilik now, the Slovakian. We can hear from him speaking to Kiri.
Martin, a couple of seconds there, picking up some solid points, but then it's an inside gate and an outside gate that you have got next. What are you making of those gates?
Well, I tried and made a good start, and then some good position in the heat, but it's very tough, today, because we're a little bit struggling with the setup. In the first heat, we was completely wrong on the setup, and that was 0 points. So important is don't lose the points, and yeah, we try all heat some different things. So I hope the next one will be all right.
As you said, the track very different from qualifying. So managed to find the right setup now?
I don't say it's different, but I just say we're struggling with the setup. So we try to find some quick setup, and that's all about today. Make a good start, and then that's it.
All right, thanks, Martin.
Thank you.
Well, the track conditions are slicker than yesterday, that's quite obvious, and you've got to get off the start. Martin's found that tough, and he'll be looking to try and get some more out of the last 2 races. It's been going well, actually, but tonight has been more difficult for him. We've got Jason Doyle coming up in the next one. He'll be frustrated. It's been a tough night for him. We've got Lindgren as well, who won a really tough race in the previous race. He's got back-to-back heats. He goes from the inside gate. But gate 2's been okay tonight. No real excuses from that perspective. But Doyle, who's a very focused man, very fit man these days, you've got to believe that the champion wants to get a big result tonight to really get his campaign up and running. He's got a new team, completely new team this year regarding his mechanics.
Slow down.
And, we'll be looking to try and get those guys really pumped with a big performance this evening.
Riders ready, they want to get on with it. And just in the closing stages of the track grading now.
2 more laps and off, okay?
Heat number 13, 2 more laps, there you go. We've just heard Phil Morris issuing his instructions that it's 2 more laps before the riders will come out and get set for heat number 13. We've done 12 races in an hour, which is good. And,
well, we haven't had too much trouble, have we?
No.
We've just had one restart, I think.
Two,
excuse me. And there's
Doyle
no doubt.
Vasilik, was it?
It was, yeah. And so not too many hold-ups, and it's been going quite smoothly. At the moment, there is rain in the distance, but it's actually clearer now than it's been for at least 2 hours. So
yes.
I think we're going to be okay tonight. And Dudek and Madsen now. Leon Madsen's not going away, is he? He's going to be a major factor all season long. If he stays fit, certainly he will be. And Smarslik a little untidy in that last one. Smarslik actually made an odd decision when he went from gate 4. He didn't actually come across at all. He just kept heading for the outside, and it didn't work for him. He got completely blocked by traffic in the first corner. Tyre packing here. They've got the water bowser out, but they're not putting water on. They're just using it as a tyre packing scenario, so that the track, because the last couple of races it got better, and I do think that's because the track was beginning to dry a little and riders were beginning to strut their stuff. So I'm pleased to see that we haven't so far put any more water on, and I think this next block of races could be quite useful.
Let's hope so, because heat number 12 was good, and we need the meeting to liven up. It always will, because riders become more and more desperate for points at this stage to try and progress to the semi-finals.
They do, and they also get the bikes working better, Nige. And that helps. So the 2 factors, the desperation of points and bikes getting sorted out, it livens up quite a lot.
A little bit of sunshine coming down, and we'll be on with the action very shortly indeed for heat number 13. Lindgren, Doyle, Dudek and Iversen. So another tasty lineup coming up. Can Lindgren follow up his victory in heat number 12? He's out again here. And Niels Christian Iversen, a bit of an up and down night for him so far. Doyle 5 points, despite having a tapes exclusion as well. Still in with a shout at the semi-finals, Cal.
Yeah, and he'll be kicking himself for the 2 mistakes he's made so far tonight. He threw a point away with that too much drive late on in the race, and of course he touched the tapes, and that would be so frustrating. I've got to say that those top 4 need to pull away a little bit. Look at Freddie Lindgren, he's 9 points behind in the World Championship, so Freddie Lindgren coming out here, he needs a win. They'll be pushing hard from the inside gate, that's for sure.
Yep, so the riders up at tapes then here for heat number 13 of the Czech Republic FIM Speedway Grand Prix. And we really are now going to get down towards the business end, where riders become more and more aware of what they need to do to get through to the semi-finals. Heat 13 is next. Heat 13 it is then of the Atlas Czech Republic FIM Speedway Grand Prix here in Prague. It's Freddie Lindgren off the inside gate. Then it's Jason Doyle off 2. Patrick Dudek goes off gate number 3, the World Championship leader right now by 2 points. And then it's Niels Christian Iversen going off the outside gate in in the yellow helmet colour.
Indeed he is, and this is another really good lineup, that's for sure. Everson, who has had an up and down night so far, will be looking to try and build on that. Dudek, who was a winner last time, a little untidy, but a winner nonetheless. Doyle will be a frustrated man. It could have been so much better for Jason, but he's still hanging tough, as is Freddie Lindgren. And the inside gate just seems to be working a little bit better in these later races.
Here we go, heat number 13. And they're away from the start. First time of asking. Everson gets squeezed out early on, but Lindgren has the advantage now. And Everson down that back straight, but Doyle's closed the door. Now Dudek is in third place. Lindgren has that lead.
Oh, it's one right.
Yeah, that allows the opportunity for them behind him to close that gap on him. And Everson has come through now, challenging Patrick Dudek. It's Lindgren from Doyle, from Dudek, from Everson. That's the riding order right now.
Yeah, Lindgren got away with that. Just pulled a big blocker there and just then ran wide. All sorts of shenanigans going on behind him. Everson and Dudek very nearly clouting each other there. Doyle's in second place but doesn't seem to have a lot of speed. Can he settle down? Can he now begin to make his way towards Lindgren? This is good stuff from Freddie Lindgren. He won previously and he's going to pick up another win here if he can hang on.
Yeah, he fell off as well, remember?
He has indeed, yeah.
So he's recovered well, hasn't he?
Exactly right, Nigel. He's bounced back brilliantly.
Yeah, and at the back, Lindgren is going to, Everson is going to have a go to try and get around Dudek, but it's not going to work. It's Lindgren the race winner, Jason Doyle second, Patrick Dudek was third, and Niels Christian Everson really frustrated at the back, but huge credit to fast Freddie Lindgren. Great stuff from him, 2 wins on the bounce after falling in his second outing of the night, and it moves him on to 8 points as well, which is a great effort.
Terrific stuff.
Freddie Lindgren. Jason Doyle in second as well. Only a point for Patrick Dudek. And Niels Christian Everson at the back, and he really worked hard there, Everson. He really gave it everything, but
frustrating there because he had speed, but he couldn't find a way through. Max Frick still leads the evening, but Coloce's right there with him, and Freddie Lindgren, after 4 outings, has done remarkably well. He got himself in a bit of a pickle in his second race, and he got off the bike. See it again here, the inside gate just beginning to work a little bit better now. Squeezes into that first corner, and from that moment on, but behind him all sorts of things were going on. Doyle slams the door shut initially on Everson. Everson had a tough run there and got nothing for it. See that run into the first turn, 4 abreast almost. They'll go charging down the back straight, and Freddie Lindgren, well, he'll be a lot happier now. Look at that. No racing room there, is there? Grand Prix Speedway at its toughest there down the back straight, that's for sure. Dudek hanging onto the bike. Here we saw the mistake earlier. And yeah, I thought for a moment he'd thrown it away, but he just recovers in time. And as hard as the boys tried behind him, there was no catching fast Freddie in this one. Speedway behind, but for that man, 2 back-to-back heat wins, that's good.
Likes this place, doesn't he? Knows the fastest way round.
He does indeed, and he won in really good style last year. Yeah.
Now, heat number 14, Bartosz Marslik off the inside gate. Then it's Leon Madsen. We have 2 of the top 3 riders in the world here now. Jonas Kawadze on 3, and Max Frick leads the GP on 8 points from 3 rides. He's off the outside gate. This is some lineup here.
Indeed it is. Schmarslik needs points. He's only got 3.
Yep, and away from the start. Now, that's a good start from Schmarslik. What can Frick do as he decides to go wide? Max Frick down the back straight. Oh, Schmarslik's closed the door. No way through. There's no way Frick was going to be allowed to go through there. He's in second spot now. Madsen's chasing hard. Kawadze has been great all night. He's at the back. But the lead here is with Bartosz Marslik, who was ruthless down that back straight. Frick second, and then Madsen third.
And Madsen was ruthless on Coloce as well, Nige. He forced his way through in a point-scoring position. Keep going on Madsen. Madsen's coming up strong. Super move by Madsen. Can Frick repay the compliment? Back at the inside. No, he can't. Schmarslik's got it. Great ride from Madsen, you know. He came from nowhere. He was struggling out of the first corner. Had to be tough. Comes through in the second place. Schmarslik off the inside gate. The inside gate is going to win the last 2 races. This is more like it for the pole.
Yep, very much so. Bartosz Schmarslik here is going to pick up 3 valuable points. Good ride there, worked hard, closed that door, and you could really say that he was ruthless, he was hard, but that is what Grand Prix Speedway is all about.
Had to be done, Nige, and certainly it is what Grand Prix Speedway is all about. Madsen was an impressive ride, coming from behind, had a lot of speed, gets the better of the opposition. Frick just not able to deal with Madsen's pace. Smarslik will be pleased with that. Needed those 3 points, he's on to 6.
He did indeed, and Madsen now with a couple of points there. Precious points for Madsen. Smarslik the winner, Madsen second, Frick was third. Puts Madsen on 8 points, and Smarslik moves into the top 8 on the night with 6 points now, as you see from your graphic there. The World Championship standings now, the top 3, Patrick Dudek 35, Bartosz Smarslik 34, Leon Madsen 34.
It's not going away, is he? And Madsen rides a stormer here, really. We were focusing initially, of course, on the man in front. We thought Frick might be able to get round the outside, but Smarslik has other ideas. It's not that tight. It was fair move by Smarslik. He was clear in front, but Madsen had so much speed. Last couple of years, he really has been dynamite. Comes through, gets the better of Frick, who's been having a great night. And Frick moves on to 9 points, so he's still very much part of this GP.
Good night's work.
Very good night's work. Madsen also will be pleased with this because he had to do the hard yards coming through the traffic, and he moves on to 8 points. A very useful second place for him, but Smarslik only had 3, so needed that win.
Yeah, big win for Bartosz, doubling his score. We're up to heat 15 now. This is the Atlas Czech Republic FIM Speedway Grand Prix, live from the Markéta Stadium in Prague. Round 3 of the World Championship. We have 10 rounds in total. We round it all up in Torun, Poland in October. Martin Vasilik off the inside. Mate Zegar gate 2 here. Matt Janowski has had a tough night, he's off 3. And Antonio Lindbach is off the outside gate in yellow. Here we go. Oh, Janowski moved a little bit at the start there. Well, it's got away with it. He has the lead here. And now, Lindbach riding beautifully. But I thought he had a little nibble at the start there, Kel.
Could well be right, Nigel. Certainly Martin Vasilik didn't get away as well as he would have liked. Zegar from 2 is there. But Martin, Maciej Janowski out in front has had a frustrating night. Coming into this race, he really hasn't had the points he deserved, but he looks good in front this time. Possibly the first race winner from Gate 3 so far this evening.
Yeah, it's Maciej Janowski. Gate 3 last year, wasn't it? You said 10 heat winners from Gate 3 in this meeting last year.
Yeah, not this year.
Battle of the back as well, with Antonio Lindbach currently holding that third place. Martin Vasilik is in the back, but Maciej Janowski riding brilliantly. Second place is Mati Zegar, and Antonio Lindbach is in third place right now. But Janowski looking really quick here as he glides into turn 3 and 4, making it look easy, taking the checkered flag. I felt he may have had a nibble at the start. If he didn't, then I will apologise, of course.
Of course you will. In person a little later on. He's a lovely bloke. I'm sure he'll be happy.
I don't think he cares what I say, mate.
Well, possibly not. But there we are. He's right now he's not, because he picks up a very useful 3 points, and he needed that, and he moves into 9th place on the night after 4 outings. He's only had 2 points prior to that race, so yeah, that was very useful for him.
Big win for Janowski. Mati Zegar was second, Antonio Lindbach third, Martin Vasilik at the back. And for the overall standings now, Max Frick leading the GP on 9, Kawadze, Lindgren, Madsen all on 8 points, and Bartosz Smarslik just in the top 8 on 6 points. Janowski the winner. Here we see it. He's in white.
Yeah, just had a little nibble, but possibly could have been pulled back, but, well, he'll be delighted that it didn't. Thought for a moment Antonio Lindbach was going to disappear into the air fence there. He was very untidy in the first corner, but just about hung on to it. And there's no doubt that this is a bit of a relief here. Look at Lindbach here on the outside, grabs a load of grip here, and suddenly the bike's away from him. Just about hangs onto the bike so he can regain control. Zegar takes full advantage of that and slips into second place. But for Janowski out in front, well, one more ride to come. He probably needs to win it.
Well, I'm just going to ask the question. What were your thoughts on the start there?
Well, you know, to the law, to the letter of the law, it was unsatisfactory because he gained an advantage and he moved early. And we have seen the red light come on many times for that sort of type of infringement. Not this time.
Sometimes you get away with it. Heat number 16 it is. And it's Robert Lambert of Great Britain going off the inside gate. Then it's Artem Laguta off gate number 2. Václav Milik going off gate number 3 in white. And then it's Emil Sayfutdinov off the outside gate. Lambert, great British rider, he needs points off the inside gate here. Which way will it go? Laguta's made a beauty from gate 2. That was a superstar. Lambert tries the inside run here. Round the outside is Laguta. And now it's Robert Lambert in second place. Milik is third in white. Sayfutdinov holding the inside run, and Milik's almost hit the air fence there.
That was tight, that, Nigel. Milik was really in trouble there. I thought he was going to run in the back of Lambert. Avoided him, and that allowed Sayfutdinov through. Fabulous start from gate number 2 for Laguta. It's more like it. Hasn't won a Grand Prix hit coming into tonight. He's going to do it now. You've got to believe that. And in front, looking pretty good. Robert Lambert's hanging in there, you know. He's battling hard tonight. Started with the last place. He's picked up a few useful points, and 2 here might just be giving him an opportunity. Yeah, an opportunity with 1 race to go to make the semi-finals tonight.
Maybe so.
Laguta. Sayfutdinov coming on hard in 3rd place. Lambert, can he manage to hang on to 2nd place? Should do from there.
Well, he made a good decision to go wide and get the drive there, Lambert, because he pulled clear of Sayfutdinov in the end. It's going to be Artem Laguta who's going to win heat number 16 here. Good ride. 2nd place was Robert Lambert of Great Britain. And 3rd place there, Emil Sayfutdinov. But that's a good win for Artem Laguta.
Super start, wasn't it? Really sharp away from the tapes, and that's what he needed.
7 as well.
Yeah, that's got half a chance with 1 more to come. 2 wins tonight also. That's very useful. 2 wins on countback, that's for sure. So the Russian boys there in 1st and 3rd, and split by the Brit Robert Lambert. But Laguta was good.
Laguta, Lambert, Sayfutdinov, Milik, and these are the overall standings after 4 rides each. Clear cut for the top 8 at the moment, with 1 ride apiece to come.
Well, it's going to be really exciting with just 4 races to go before the semi-finals. So many riders with half a chance of getting in. There are 3 on 7, Laguta, Doyle and Dudek. And you've got Smarslik, Janowski and Lambert all just waiting to pounce to come through into the top 8 tonight. Great stuff from Laguta here. This is 2nd win on the night. That will be very handy indeed when you consider how tight it is with the semi-finals looming not too far away. Man, Milik gets really slammed up against the fence there down the back straight, and very nearly runs in the back of Robert Lambert there. Gets sucked in deep there with lots of material on the outside and gets relegated to the back. Milik has just faded away after starting in such fine style. Has failed to score in his last 2 outings. That's a disappointment for him. But for Artem Laguta, well, again showing good composure there, because he started poorly, and 7 points from the next 3. That's a good effort.
Yep, so 16 heats completed, so whatever happens, even if the rain came now, we know we've got a result.
Yeah, good point.
We won't have to do it tomorrow, so that's all good. And we've got 4 heats to go to establish our top 8. As things stand, the top 8 is clear cut, but anything can happen in the last 4 heats, because Bartosz Smarslik isn't in the top 8 as things stand right now. We didn't see that coming.
No, we did not. It's been an unpredictable night, that's for sure, from several aspects, from the start gate and to riders' form. You've got Janowski, Smarslik outside the top 8 at this stage.
Artem Laguta, well, what about that? A good ride from him in heat 16, and he's talking to Kiri now.
Well, Artem, that was a good heat for you. You needed those points, and you picked it up when you needed it.
Yeah, I'm very happy. My free hit, its problem is bike. Change bike, hit 4. It's very good, very fast. Yeah, this is track. It's a good start, win. Yeah, next hit, maybe win.
Okay, thanks so much, Artem.
Thank you.
Oh, he's doing great, you know. His English is not super, but we don't hear very often from him, but it's good to hear from him because he's a class act. And there's no doubt that he's making every effort to speak to us, and fair play to him, because he is a good-looking rider. When he hits the front, he's fast, and the 2 wins he's had tonight, he'll be pleased with that. The clouds are coming in over the back there, Knight, so let's keep our fingers crossed that we can continue tonight, because I sense that the Grand Prix may have a few surprises for us if it's allowed to get to the final.
Yes, it does look now over the back straight as though it is building up. I'd get these tractors off and just get the riders out there.
Yes. there's no doubt that we may well have to just wait a little bit longer, but Madson's having a good night, just keeping himself loose in the pits. And a few more moments, Phil Morris just making sure that the track is in good shape for these last very important heats here, when you've got riders so tightly condensed here in the points regard. It's going to be interesting to see how the cards fall after the next 4 heats. Milik has had a tough night, sweaty work. Started so well, so promisingly for him, but it's gone out rather. And he's got gate 4 in his last ride. And if he can salvage something there, a win there would be quite handy. He'll go in heat 20 up against Frick, Dudek and Limbach. So a big start from gate 4. Who knows? He could finish on 7 points tonight.
Yep. So 4 heats of our regular races to come. Niels Christian Iversen, who's had a disappointing night, had a great race win, but then has struggled apart from that. Much better rider than that, but the Grand Prix is so tough.
Yeah, you only have to fraction off, and it really does bite you. And you know, randomly we actually met Niels today on his push bike in town. It's just really quite bizarre. And he'd actually come from the pits, and it was downhill all the way into the town. I actually did say to him that it might be uphill all the way back. And you spoke to him and he said it was,
yes.
Funny enough.
Well, it's a good way to warm up for the Speedway, I suppose. But,
I'm not so sure myself. But
no,
not
it's not something I'd do, Kel.
No, absolutely not.
Had lunch to have.
Indeed. And 35-degree heat also factored into that as well.
Absolutely.
Packing going on again. Be interesting to see if we get water, but happened at this stage. There's rain in the background.
We're going to get some water soon.
Yeah, it's going to
from the sky.
It's going to absolutely throw it down. But fingers crossed we get to the end, and we can crack on with these last 4 races. We've got Iversen, Kolodje, Saifutinov and Yanovsky coming up in 17, and there's no doubt that Yanovsky's just outside on 5 points. He'll need a win. He's got to win his last one. If he can finish with 2 wins, that'll be quite handy. Goes from the outside gate in heat 17. Iversen, well, his chances of a semi-final spot are over. He's only on 3 points from his 4 outings. So, yeah, we're waiting patiently for the track grading to be finished.
Look at that skyline now.
Certainly.
No wonder Phil starts
building up quite quickly over the back of the stadium, so we'll need to get on. This was exactly what was forecast, though, to be fair. We missed the big one earlier on, just before the meeting started, but this one is rolling in. Where are we now? We're at 8:30. They did say it was going to come in about 9 o'clock actually tonight, so
it looks about spot on to me.
It may well arrive on time.
Yeah, Phil Morris keen to get the tractors off and get the bikes out there so we can crack on. But a bit of water going down on the track. So, yeah. Doesn't look a happy man, Phil, does he?
Over it, it's coming on.
So the rider's about to come out for heat 17 then. That was quite a long grading break, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. We've got a lap of water in to come as well, so she started ripping. I'll tell you what, there's been some peculiar track grading on. When you look down on the start line, gates 2 and 3 have been ripped right up. Gate 1 has been left alone entirely. I mean, I don't know what was going on there. That really is quite bizarre. And there's no doubt that the start gate has been transformed by that, and quite possibly we might see some changes here. But you can see gate 1 has been left alone, and the gates 2 and 3 have been completely ripped up.
Why is that, Kel?
I don't know why. Never seen it before. I can't believe that they haven't done it right across the start, but we suddenly see winners from 2 and 3, we know why.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's all going on tonight, Nigel.
It's all happening. It's all happening.
And do you know what? They're all here.
Yes, they are indeed. And so the wait goes on for heat 17.
Here they come.
Here we go. Do you know, I wish I'd have brought my jacket now. Everybody's putting the coats on in front of us.
Is it raining?
I think it might be. It's raining on the home straight, but not on the back straight. The umbrellas are going up. So it's coming. But let me remind you, whatever happens, we will have a result tonight because we've completed 16 races. And Max Frick would win the Grand Prix if it went no further.
Wow.
Just a thought.
Just a thought. Here we go.
Yep, so the riders are at the tapes then, or three of the riders are at the tapes, just awaiting the arrival of Janis Kowalczyk. That's our final rider for heat number 17. So, heat number 17 it is then here as the rain starts to fall in Prague. Niels Christian Iversen off the inside, then it's Janis Kowalczyk off 2, Emil Sayfutdinov goes off gate number 3, and Maciej Janowski going off the outside gate. And just a reminder, we will have a result tonight because we have got to heat 16, so whatever happens, if the Grand Prix result stood after heat 16, Max Frick would win the Grand Prix.
Wow, incredible.
Just a thought.
Strange grading going on the start line as well before this race. Gates 2 and 3 have been ripped up completely. Gate 1 was left alone, so quite possibly that was because the rain was coming. They didn't actually complete what they were doing, so not ideal, but here we go.
Yep, heat number 17 it is then. Here we go. Oh, a very nervy, edgy start. Sayfutdinov's made a good one from gate number 3 there. Now up the inside run, here comes the man in yellow, Maciej Janowski, but Sayfutdinov holds his line superbly. Emil Sayfutdinov is the leader now. Maciej Janowski is in second spot. Janis Kowalczyk is third, and Niels Christian Iversen's difficult night continues in last place right now. And this would, even just a point for Kowalczyk would put him on to 9. That should be enough for him. Sayfutdinov would go on to 11, Kel.
Yeah, looking good, Sayfutdinov. Not sure this is going to be enough. Janowski probably needs a win night. Has had a poor night, one last time. Oh! Very nearly ran in the back of Sayfutdinov. Again, the greasy conditions there, just catching out Sayfutdinov in front. Janowski did well. Kowalczyk nearly in the back of Janowski. The rain quite clearly also having a big impact on the surface straight away.
Yeah, down that back straight, Sayfutdinov is pulling well clear, and he's going to get the race sorted in the bag. 3 points for Emil Sayfutdinov, 11 points in total. And that's good to see, because a good Emil Sayfutdinov is good for the Grand Prix series. I don't think there's any doubt about that. A hugely popular rider.
Very much so. Crikey, Janowski was lucky there, but gate 3 worked a treat there with the grading prior to the race. He was rocketed out of gate number 3 and was able to pull off a very impressive win. It got very tight indeed. I thought for a moment Janowski was going to have to bail off there, but just about hung on. But Sayfutdinov with the 3 points. Good start.
Yeah, Janowski second, Kowalczyk was third, and that means then that Kowalczyk's on 9, and Emil goes to the top of the leaderboard on 11. 4 riders up at tapes, ready to race for the next one already.
Yeah, not hanging around, are we? Here we see the replay quickly, and you watch gate number 3 here, and Sayfutdinov, a little bit of movement there, doesn't make the start, but the extra grip to the first corner sees him hit the first turn. You watch it, he doesn't make a great jump. He actually misses it. It's Janowski who makes a great reaction, but the dirt that had been torn up there on the run to the first turn enabled him to get the extra grip, and he gets himself to the front. But greasy conditions with the rain just drizzling down. That's the moment. Janowski does remarkably well to miss the back.
How did he miss him?
Well, it's a miracle, isn't it? Because it just locks up big time, and Janowski was coming on strong, and it's a tough one. Tough one for Janowski, but you can see there it was raining harder than we appreciated.
Yeah, could get tricky, but let's see.
Well, it already has.
Yeah,
it already has.
18 it is. And it's big race for Robert Lambert of Great Britain. Really need to win from the inside gate here.
Not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy when you've got Bartosz Marslik alongside you, then Freddie Lindgren, who's won 2 on the bounce, and Martin Vašilik off the outside. What a lineup for heat number 18. Here we go. And it's a great start from Lindgren from gate number 3. He's at it again here. And now around the outside run. Oh, it looked for a moment there as though Vašilik may have got there. But it's Freddie Lindgren the leader right now. Bartosz Marslik is second. Vašilik is third. Lambert's coming around now to get that third spot. That was a good ride from Robert Lambert.
Yeah.
But it's Freddie Lindgren whose great form continues here, Cal.
Yeah, gate 3 has been transformed by that last grading break. And it's worked a treat. Martin Veselik is pulled up at the back. Schmarslik on the back wheel behind Freddie Lindgren, chasing really hard. Could this be 3 out of 3 for Freddie in his last 3 outings? Certainly is in the right place, and Schmarslik working overtime, trying to find a way through, but not too finding the way there at the moment. We've got a lap to go, and Schmarslik will never throw the towel in, that's for sure.
Schmarslik would go on to 8 points for the second place here, but Lindgren is an experienced rider and he knows this track, knows the quickest way round, and has really worked hard for his points tonight. It's a clever ride, good stuff, Freddie Lindgren. Another race win for him, second Bartosz Schmarslik and third Robert Lambert.
Very good ride, that. Really classy ride. The gate 3 worked for him as it did for Saifutinov in the previous race. But he had to remain so composed there because Schmarslik threw the kitchen sink at him, but couldn't find a way through. Tricky conditions with the rain just gently coming down. Fair play to the boys, they're keeping going.
Yeah, they're cracking on. Lindgren, Schmarslik, Lambert, Vasilik. The way it's shaping up, it could come down to count back, I should say.
Race wins are going to be absolutely vital. Laguta's on 7, he's got 2 wins, so that will be handy. Doyle has only got 1.
Lindgren and Saifutinov lead the GP on 11. Great work from both those boys.
Gate 3 working a treat here, watch it. Now digs in and drives to the first turn. More dirt there now, and it's working well. Martin Vasilik very brave in the first corner, but he just can't quite put it off. Robert Lambert then goes charging around the outside of the Slovakian. Schmarslik works really hard in second place, but couldn't find a way through. The style of Schmarslik, you can't take your eyes off him, but for Freddie Lindgren, a very professional job tonight.
Well, I think he's ridden brilliantly because there's been a couple of races where he's had serious pressure on his shoulders.
Exactly right, and those 3 wins after falling in his second outing is great work.
11 points from the 4 races he's completed.
Yeah, that's good, and last year's winner looking like a winner again tonight.
Yeah, so here we go with heat number 19. The rider's cracking on despite the rain that is coming down. Thankfully not too heavy at the moment, and we keep our fingers crossed. Here's Matti Zagar going off the inside gate. Jason Doyle now a couple of points here would be enough for him to get into the semis. Leon Madsen 8 points, and then it's Artem Laguta on 7, so a lot to race for here in heat number 19. And that's a good start from Madsen from gate number 3, but Doyle's got the inside run. Watch out for Laguta charging hard in yellow down the back straight. Good move from Doyle. Really clever move from Jason Doyle. And charging hard is Laguta in second with Madsen coming around the outside. Really winding it on in the dirt, but Laguta holds second spot now. It's Doyle, Laguta, Madsen, and it's Matti Zagar at the back.
Wow.
That was a good...
I thought Madsen was just going to run straight in the back of him, but Doyle has done the business from gate number 2, and Laguta was smart there to get the better of Madsen. Madsen finding it tough out in the dirt. There's no question it's got quite heavy very quickly, and it's greasy as well. The rain really is having an impact here, but the boys are doing a good job. Doyle needs to hang on here. Madsen hasn't given up, Zagar has. He's cruising around at the back. Into the last lap. Doyle is doing good, he's had an up and down night so far, but he's going to finish in style here. A big 3 points for Jason Doyle.
It'll put him into double figures on 10 points for Jason Doyle, who was thrown out of one race for touching the tapes, remember. That's a great effort from Jason Doyle, and you can see his reaction there. He nods his head as he goes over the line.
Shows a lot of grit and determination because he had an exclusion which was his own fault. He then made that mistake to gift a win to Saifutinov, but he's responded well. 10 points after those 2 mistakes is a really good effort. Madsen gave it everything there. You couldn't take your eyes off him, there's no question about that. But Artem Laguta has also shown a lot of composure this evening.
Doyle, Laguta, Madsen, Zagar is your finishing order, and this is what it means overall. With 1 race to go now, Bartosz Schmarslik on 8 points, and it looks very much now as though he's relying on Dudek to drop points here.
Well, Dudek's on 7.
7, yeah.
With a race to go, and Gate 2's
could
working.
miss out here.
He could well do, and that will be a blow to him. I thought for a moment that Madsen was going to get there, but just before the turn, he runs out of momentum. He's tough around the outside. Laguta then takes the advantage of just Madsen getting a bit untidy here. You see it in now, crikey, very nearly ran in the back of Jason Doyle. Got awfully tight there, and the Russian took advantage. Jason never gave up. He's leg trailing there. He's hanging on for dear life there. There's no doubt about that. The bike is really dictating where he goes. You see his left leg hanging out the back of the bike. It's not a comfortable position to be in, I can assure you. The Artem Laguta coming through. But for that man, that's a decent effort for him. And it's raining.
Yeah, 10 points for Jason. Great stuff. Good effort, showing great character after touching the tapes a little bit earlier. It looks as though Bartosz Zmarzlik may well miss a semi-final spot here. A second place for Patrick Dudek would put Zmarzlik out of the top 8. Remarkable. Lit back off the inside. Dudek off 2. Max Frick off gate number 3. Backlap Milik on the outside, and Frick has jumped the start. The red lights are on.
That's frustration, but he did jump the start. Dudek will be delighted now because he missed it completely. And it wasn't because Frick jumping the start, he was looking the other way, but I think they need to send them straight back round. You just watch this. Yeah, Frick goes a little early, but then actually Dudek will be pleased to have a rerun because his start is really not very good at all. Look how late he drops the clutch there, Nige.
Oh, he's asleep.
He is asleep. And I know it's been a hot
Max,
day, but
you've got a warning, okay, mate, for the rest of the meeting? And the 2 minutes is now on.
Warning for Frick, but Frick
2 minutes is
has,
on.
warning or no warning, he's on 9 points. He's in the semi-finals.
I'll give you a
Anything here
countdown.
is gravy for him.
If we can have a countdown, please.
Yes, and Max Frick has had a terrific night. Mark Courtney alongside him there, and he's done a great job. But Patrick Dudek, as you say quite rightly, Kelv, he was left standing at the start, so he'll be delighted that the red lights came on.
1 minute
Absolutely,
30.
and he'll, you know, this wouldn't be a surprise at all if Dudek then actually responds and wins the race, and he could lead the World Championship after this ride. So, Zmarzlik has slipped up a little tonight, and he's on 36. It's so tight between the top 3. Lindgren has ridden well. Is in the picture. Saifutinov is only 6 points behind Zmarzlik as well, so very tight between the top 5.
Yes.
So exciting times ahead, that's for sure. Max Frick, the Australian, he's had a good night.
Yeah, and I'm pleased for Max Frick because I think he's the type of rider, a younger rider who will have hunger to get in the Grand Prix in years to come.
Well, you used the word hunger. You used the word hunger. I looked at him today, and he certainly looks hungry because he's as skinny as a rake. And I thought he could do with a steak.
Dear, oh dear. Antonio Lid back off the inside. Patrick Dudek gate 2.
Sorry, no.
Max Frick going off gate number 3 in white. And Vaclav Milik going off the outside in yellow. I'm hungry as well.
Yeah, we all are, aren't we? You know,
but I'm not as skinny as Max Frick.
No, funnily enough, you're not. No, there is a reason for that, but we won't go into that right now. Anyway, we're up at tapes. That's the second time of asking, and let's hopefully we get away cleaner this time.
Yeah, here we go then. Frick has got a warning. And here we go with heat 20. After this race, we will know the qualifiers for the semi-finals. And Frick has made a beauty from gate number 3. He's got there. Now Dudek tries the inside run. Frick around the outside has got that lead. Great stuff from Max Frick. Dudek, well, he's allowed Milik to challenge him hard, and Milik's almost off the bike. Oh, and he just about stays on it. Now, Frick going into the next lap has that advantage. Dudek chasing hard. Patrick Dudek would move on to 9 points, and we would then have 5 riders on 9, and Bartosz Zmarzlik would miss the semi-final on 8.
Yeah, that'll be disappointment for him. I don't quite know how Milik stayed on there, you know. he was all over the place. But certainly for Max Frick away from gate 3, which has suddenly been transformed after the last grading break. Totally different from there. He's come good at the right time. Dudek's going good. But for Max Frick, he's going to move on to 12 points here and lead the Grand Prix going into the semi-finals. What a night for the Australian. Dudek back in second. Milik out the back. But for Max Frick, this is a smashing result.
Yeah, fantastic work from Max Frick, the Australian. In tonight, of course, because of the injury to Ty Wolverton.
Yeah.
And he's done a great job. Max Frick leads the Grand Prix, going into the semi-finals on 12 points. Great effort from Max.
Brilliant stuff from the Australian. You can't deny he's been on fire all night long and took advantage of gate 3 there, and it proved to be the right place at the right time. Dudek pushed hard in second place, but for Max Frick, so relaxed earlier on. Of course, coming in as a replacement, no real expectation on you. It's all positive stuff, but for 12 points from 5 rides, that's a really good effort.
Frick, Dudek, Lindback, Milik, And now the top 8 is clear-cut. Smarslik misses out, and he won't add to his 36-point total in the series.
Well, we're getting on with it, and we've got to say we've rushed those last 4 races through, but it's good to see that we have. You see the second time of asking here for heat number 20, with Frick just getting the better of Dudek as they get to the first corner. Watch Milik in this bottom corner now. This is quite remarkable how on earth he stays on it. I mean, he's everywhere, isn't he? So he's a strong lad, and he needed to be, but it's a frustrating moment for him because he's trying to avoid Dudek there, and then in doing so, he stays on board. But it's unfortunate because Lindback then pours salt in the wound, and he gets relegated to the back. He's had a tough night. He's had 1 race win, but hasn't been Milik's night, that's for sure. But for that man, it has been. And the 12 points and into the semi-finals, good stuff.
Yeah, great effort from Max Frick. And small things really when you consider that, you know, every late season or every October, organisers look at wild cards for the following year. There's 4 wild cards, and you know, you look at things like a performance like this. This could put Max Frick very much, if necessary, in the minds of the...
No, I agree with you. It's doing himself a whole load of good tonight.
Absolutely.
It's a massive shot window, of course. And he's had opportunities in the past, hasn't quite managed to show what he's all about, but tonight he has. And there's some fans of certain members of the working brigade here tonight, but the polls are here in their numbers. But no, Max Frick has done a great job tonight and showing what he's all about. And we're waiting now for track rating to go on, and of course semi-finals not too far away. 3 more races to go. I do hope that we can actually complete tonight. We've got this far.
It's just holding off, Kelv, isn't it? Just holding off.
Yeah, they put their umbrellas away now, so it's stopped raining.
We need about, what, 20 minutes for these 3 heats?
Yeah, I think that's a minimum we need, Nigel, a minimum, because obviously with the draw, that does tend to stretch it out a little bit.
Confirmation then, Frick, Lindgren, Saifutinov, Doyle, Kolodze, Laguta, Madsen and Dudek are in the top 8 and in the semi-finals. Smarslik misses out on 8 points. The winner in Kershko a couple of weeks ago fails to make the semi-final tonight, and that is a measure of how tough Grand Prix Speedway is.
I know that he's missed out, but it's not a complete disaster because he's got 8 points. And the fact, if that's his worst result all year, he would take that, and he's not going to be that far behind in the championship chase. So it could have been better, yes, but 8 points is not a disaster. So I think they'll console themselves in that regard.
Well, Freddie Lindgren and Emil Saifutinov, you know, 31 and 30 now in the standings. They're in the semi-finals as well. The top 5 could be really bunched up going to Halstavik in 3 weeks' time.
Could be nothing between them at all. Dudek on 37, well, he's the man in the box seat, of course, because potentially he could have 2 more rides tonight and could pull away at the top of the table before we move on to Halstavik in a few weeks' time. So, yeah, a great opportunity for Dudek to actually put some distance between himself and the rest of the field.
Just awaiting then the pick for the 2 semi-finals. The riders will select their gate positions as the lights beam down on this Marquetta Stadium track.
Hasn't been a classic Grand Prix,
no,
but there's been a smattering of good racing in the second half of the meeting, that's for sure.
So let's now build up to the semi-finals and find out who, what and where. Let's head down there now to Kiri Blore.
Okay, well, it is that time to pick the semi-final one. When you are ready, we have our 4 lined up. Max Frick, Jason Doyle, Artem Laguta and Leon Madsen. So, Max, when you are ready, we are just trying to get the gate choices. So when you are ready, Max, we are just about to change our little routine up just a minute because we're going to put our helmets out, our Monster Girls are in, and Max, when you are ready, it is now time to pick your gates. And there we go, Max Frick chooses gate 3. Jason Doyle, when you are ready, Monster Girls also ready. Head over to your gate and pick your gate. Okay, Jason Doyle picking gate 2. It's getting crowded down there. We've got Artem Laguta. Artem, when you're ready, gate 4. And Leon Madsen, your gate is chosen, which is red gate 1. If I can just hold you there, we'll have a look at the lineup. Leon Madsen, gate 1. Jason Doyle, gate 2. Max Frick, gate 3. And Artem Laguta, gate 4. If everyone can step away now. Okay, well, it is semi-final 2 that we're going to pick. We're losing our Monster Girls down here, and we are gaining some riders. So we have for semi-final 2, Freddie Lindgren, Emil Saifudanov, Yanis Golodzi, and Patrick Dudek. So Freddie, when you are ready, it is time for you to pick your gates. It is gate 1, 2, 3, or 4. Freddie Lindgren having a look there. And heading over to an interesting choice of gate 2 there. Freddie Lindgren chooses at gate 2. Now, Emil, when you're ready, 3 gates to choose from. Heading straight over to gate 3 there. Emil Saifudanov picking gate 3. And Yanis Golodzi straight up to gate 4. That means that Patrick Dudek, your gate is chosen there. Gate 1 for you, Patrick. So, Patrick Dudek, gate 1. Freddie Lindgren, gate 2. Emil Saifudanov, gate 3. And Yanis Golodzi, gate 4. Thank you, guys. That is your semi-final 1 and 2 done and dusted.
So there we are. We now know the lineups for the semi-finals here in the Markéta Stadium in Prague.
We do, and the reason they're going for 2 and 3 is because they ripped them up before the last 4 races, and it's totally transformed the start gate. And we've gone from gate 4 working, suddenly gate 3 was an absolute graveyard, and I bet you, if you look at the stats, that's been very successful in the last few races, and the riders have immediately picked up on that. Gates 2 and 3 appear to be where you need to be starting from. Not sure I'm in full agreement with it, and they still haven't actually graded the inside on the start line at all to even that up. So quite clearly at this late stage of the night, gate 1 is the one that is not preferred. So odd scenario that, but hey, riders will be dealing with it. 2 finals, semi-finals. I've got a feeling about Jason Doyle tonight. He's had a difficult evening, but he's battled hard for 10 points.
Done well, yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me at all if he gets on the rostrum.
I think Lindgren could do it again, you know, 2 years on the bounce.
Yeah, absolutely. I fancied him in my fantasy league pick, and certainly he's ridden very strongly in his last 2 or 3 rides. So is Doyle, and could very well come down to who gets what gate. So Max Frick also going well. Could he make the final? Well, every chance, that's for sure. Ton of packing going on, and the last grader is now leaving the track. Won't be too much longer, and we'll be on with the first semi-final, which will be good. Don't think it's raining now, so that's good news. And the umbrellas are away, and the jackets have been taken off because it's still very warm outside. And you've got to say that it is a pleasant temperature now, albeit that it does look like it could pour with rain at any moment. But we just need, as you said, another 20-25 minutes and we'll be done and dusted tonight.
Yep, so any second now the riders will be pushed off. What a night Max Frick has had, this fella in the white helmet colour.
A night to remember.
Yes, 12 points, and didn't have the best of nights in Warsaw, of course, when he was in as a replacement, but he's more than made up for that tonight. Whatever happens in this semi-final, Max Frick can feel proud of himself.
Could he win it? You know, he's got a good gate here. He's got a good gate, and there's no doubt that gate 3 and 2 have worked really well in the last 4 heats, so he chose gate 3 without any hesitation at all. He won his last ride from there, so fond memories of gate number 3 for Frick, and he'll line up there very shortly. I'm interested to see what Leon Madsen does now, because he's found it a little bit more difficult in the last few races, but certainly shown plenty of endeavour, that's for sure. Doyle is also a major danger here. He knows how to win here, has won twice before.
Yep, this man, Leon Madsen, we just saw there, but this fella is Jason Doyle. So, riders make their way up to tapes for the first semi-final here in Prague tonight. Round 3 of the World Championship. Quite a lineup, and the tapes will rise very shortly. Semi-final 1 then here in Prague, where the rain is just about holding off, thank goodness, and it's Leon Madsen going off the inside gate third in the World Championship right now. Jason Doyle, gate 2, on a warning. Max Frick is also on a warning, leading the GP on 12. He's off gate 3, and then it's Artem Laguta going off the outside in the yellow helmet colour.
Well, the two Australian boys could very well be in the right place at the right time here, Nigel. The track grading in between Heat 16 and Heat 17, they ripped it up there, and subsequently those two places have been the best start positions to be in. Madsen on gate 1, well, that's quite slick there, they left that alone. And Laguta from the outside, well, he's had a good night so far. Max Frick, though, he has ridden brilliantly, 12 points, and he's enjoyed a smashing Grand Prix so far. But Jason Doyle could very easily have been in that situation as well, thrown some points away tonight, but Doyle is battling hard.
Certainly is. Here we go then. First semi-final. And the riders settle down. Craig Ackroyd, the referee, with his finger on the button. Here we go. And away from the start they go, and it's Jason Doyle who's made a beauty from gate number 2 now. Who's going to emerge? Max Frick on the outside! What a move from the man in the white helmet colour! Second place is Jason Doyle. It's an Australian 1-2. You can expect Leon Madsen to palm the match, and he's battling through into second. What a race here as Madsen comes through again. Frick goes wide. No run!
Slams him up against the fence. Tough move from Madsen. Madsen comes from third to first in half a lap. What a ride that is. Certainly Doyle now in second place will have the full attention of Max Frick. But what a ride from Madsen, Nigel. He took no prisoners there at all, and he's going through to the final.
Ruthless Leon Madsen left no room whatsoever, and he's got the lead here, and he's well clear, just as Doyle and Frick were battling away for the lead. Madsen has come through, and now Frick's going to make one last swoop around the outside. Here comes Max Frick to try and pass Jason Doyle. Madsen's in the final, and Doyle just about gets there.
What a semi-final that was for Madsen again, coming through the traffic. Incredible move there. Max Frick will have a word, I'm sure, because that was a tough old move down the back straight. Madsen's delighted. What a ride from him. He really has been stunning again tonight. Hasn't been easy from the inside gate, but crikey did he have some speed, and he charges into the final. Leon Madsen, quite clearly the entertainer on the night. What a ride that was.
Goodness me, what a race. Madsen from Doyle, from Frick, from Laguta. Frick's night is over on 13 points. Great effort from him. But he's not in the final. He was leading the race, but it's Doyle and Madsen who are our first two finalists here in Prague tonight. And the riders are up at tape.
What a ride that was. Madsen pumped, really pumped. We see it again. He's on the inside gate. Doyle makes the start. He gets there. Frick comes charging around the outside, trusts his bike, trusts the speed, and slingshots. And from there, you've got to believe he thought he must have been in the final. But Madsen had other ideas. Again, the first turn we see it. Doyle hugging the inside. Here comes Frick. Slingshots off that first corner and fires himself to the front. But Madsen, well, he then comes up the inside of Doyle and Frick, and then slams him up against the fence there. Oh! Nearly takes the front wheel out there.
He's touched it. He's touched it.
Oh, man, it's a ruthless move.
Is there an argument for foul riding there, Kel?
Well, yes. Good point. Very good point.
Madsen's bike has hit Max Frick.
Well, he doesn't care now. He's in now.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. He's in. He's got 12 points and he's going into the final. Frick, very fortunate to stay on board. And it's one of the toughest moves I've seen in some time.
Goodness me. Anyway, right. Bit of controversy.
They won't be the best of mates tonight,
No, I don't
that's for
think
sure. They won't be having a beer later, will they?
No. Patrick Dudek off the inside, Freddie Lindgren off 2, winner here last year, Emil Seifutin off on 3, and then it's Janis Kowalczyk going off the outside gate. Here we go, Dudek's made a beauty off the inside, now around the outside, charging hard is Janis Kowalczyk! What a move from the pole, and here comes Emil Seifutin Seifutin through into second place, Dudek is third, and Lindgren is at the back. What about this from Janis Kowalczyk? Emil Seifutin and now Dudek tries the inside run on Seifutin.
Tight again! Brilliant stuff from Kowalczyk in the first corner. Seifutin, well, he was an opportunist there, got himself into second place. Dudek working hard. Freddie Lindgren, where we fancied his chances, but he's out the band. Look at Seifutin coming on strong in second place. Another stunning crikey, the last two races are worth the admission price on their own. Fantastic speedway by Madsen initially. What a semi-final. Kolodjay, well, it's gone unnoticed there because he's won quite comfortably. But you've got to feel for Emil Sayfutdinov, bike packing up late in the semi-final when he'd ridden so well to get through to second place. Oh, I do feel for him. He was in the final last year, won't be this year. Dudek is the beneficiary there. Dudek leads the World Championship from Madsen by just 1 point. What a night.
Wow. Emil Sayfutdinov given a standing ovation as he makes his way away from the track. He's a hugely popular rider. He was heading for the final until his bike packed up.
Wow, what a show.
It means now that Patrick Dudek and Leon Madsen are in the final, and they are on 39 and 38 points respectively at the top of the World Championship. Who will win the Grand Prix? Who will lead the World Championship going to Halstavik? Wow, the final is on the way next.
Well, it's taken some time to liven up, but crikey, in the two semi-finals, it's been breathtaking. We'll see semi-final 2 again, and Kolodjay's in the right place, and just rips around the outside of all the opposition here and fires himself to the front and stays there. The action is for second. Sayfutdinov makes that move early on down the back straight and gets himself up the inside of Dudek, a nice move into second place. Dudek's there with Freddie Lindgren out the back at this very early stage. This is an incredible turn of events here, there's no doubt about that. Kolodjay going good, Dudek pushing hard, and Sayfutdinov responding, and certainly looked good until that very moment there. I'm not sure if that's a chain, it may have been a chain coming off, but then Freddie Lindgren then pushing so hard. You've got to feel for Sayfutdinov. What a desperate moment that is. But sport can be so cruel at times, and it certainly was there for the Russian. Here comes Lindgren,
wasn't he?
Oh, of course, it was a dreadful moment for him. But Dudek looking the wrong way. Where is he? Where is he? Got to look to the right, mate. He's right on your shoulder. But Kolodjay's in, and so is Dudek. And Madsen and Dudek will battle for the lead of the championship in the final here, Nigel.
Yes, very much so. If Madsen wins and Dudek finishes second, they'll be level. So, yep. Interesting
Shame
stuff.
it didn't get going a bit earlier, but I'm pleased it has at the death here, because the last two races have been outstanding, haven't they?
Yes, so the final is about to happen. Let's hope this rain holds off to allow us to have one more race here in Prague. We'll cross down to the pits very shortly, and we'll find out via the riders who is going to pick to go where in the final.
Doyle's had a good night, he's on 12 points, he's battled so hard. He's had an up and down night, but certainly he's been in there fighting, and a win for him tonight would do his confidence the whole world of good. He's into the top 8, and he moves on to 23 championship points. It's been a good performance from him. Great opportunity for Madsen and Dudek to pull away here. Smalslik out of the Grand Prix on 36, Lindgren out of the Grand Prix on 32, so Madsen and Dudek, a great opportunity for them. But yes, not a great Grand Prix for long periods, but those last two races were top draw night, and there's no doubt that Madsen, well, you could question that move, rightly so too, because that was really, really tough one for it. Frick was lucky to stay on board.
Just worth asking the question, that's all. Was it foul riding? But, you know, this is Grand Prix Speedway.
It's a narrow straight there. We've seen that sort of thing before, haven't we?
Let's head down to the pits and Kiri now.
Okay, well, it is the time. We have had two fantastic semi-finals, and it is time to choose those final gates. Yanis, when you are ready, take your choice of gates. Okay, we've got gate 1, 2, or 3. It is time to pick that gate, and Yanis Klodzi heads straight out to that gate 3. Leon Madsen, when you're ready, 3 gates left to choose from, and heading straight to gate 1. Okay, gate 2. Leon, you just throw me off in the last minute. Okay, Jason Doyle, when you're ready, we've got gate 1 or 4 for you to choose from. So Jason just having a look at gate 1 and heading straight to gate 4. And Patrick Dudek, when you are ready, head over to gate 1. Let's just have a look at our lineup there. Patrick Dudek in gate 1, Leon Madsen gate 2, Jason Doyle in gate 4, and Yanis Klodzi in gate 3. Thank you so much, guys. That is your final chosen.
Well, Leon Madsen's still smiling away there, but quite clearly he's chuffed to be in the final. Max Frick was denied by that move, but that's history now. Good line-up. And Doyle has ended up with gate 4 here, elected to go there rather than actually go off the inside. But I do remember him winning the Grand Prix from gate 4 in 2016. So there's no doubt that he has done that before and he can do it again. And as I said previously, a win for Doyle tonight would be a massive boost to his season. And there's no doubt that he will be desperate for that. Great opportunity for Dudek and Madsen as well, Nigel, here.
Yep, packed crowd here. And the occasion itself has been an enjoyable one. The fans have certainly created a good atmosphere in the stadium tonight, boosted by a lot of Polish fans that have made the trip across. And thankfully the rain has held off to enable us
to get through to the final, so that's good news.
I was a bit concerned at, heat 17 when it just started coming down.
Yeah, those races were a bit tricky. Unfortunately, it just eased off and has gone away, so good news there. We're going to complete the Grand Prix, and we're going to get a winner here in the final. Tough to call this final, I've got to believe that. Sense that if Leon Madsen gets away, you won't catch him. And he's got so much speed. The way he came through in the semi-final, that was incredible the way he got up the inside.
Look at these standings. Dudek 39, Madsen 38, Smarslik 36, Lindgren 32, Saifutinov 30. So Dudek and Madsen are in the final, we remind you.
The others aren't, so it's an opportunity for them to clear off a little bit here. And also for Doyle to actually make his presence felt in the top 8. So Smarslik, Lindgren and Saifutinov no longer involved tonight. So for Madsen and Dudek, this is a great opportunity just to steal a little bit of a lead away from the opposition. Kolodze's had a great night as well. Let's not underestimate how good he's been this evening. This is his best Grand Prix possibly ever. And there's no doubt that Janos will look back very fondly on his performance so far this evening.
Mexican wave in Prague. There's the crowd build up to the final here, the Speedway Grand Prix at the Marquetta Stadium. And there'll be one or two nerves. This is the time to really focus and be in the zone.
Well, yeah, Madsen has been all night, hasn't he? He's looked pretty relaxed, but when he's been on the bike, he's grown horns, hasn't he? Because he really has been ruthless out there. Third consecutive final, of course, for Madsen. Consistency wins you world championships, and so far he has epitomised that.
Here they come then. This is going to be a big race here, the grand final in Prague. And after this round, we're 3 into 10. Round 3 of the World Championship tonight. 7 to go after this evening. We go to Halstavik in July for the next round. And then, of course, we have the Monster Energy FIM Speedway of Nations. So here we go with the final then. And what a lineup. And this should be some race, we hope. As the riders line up at the start here. 1 minute 20 for them to be up on tapes and ready to race. Here we go then, the grand final of the Atlas Czech Republic FIM Speedway Grand Prix. It's on the way next. Here we go with the final here in Prague then, and it's Patrick Dudek going off 1 in red. Then it's Leon Madsen going off gate 2 in blue. Janusz Kolodze back in the final of a Grand Prix. After a long time, gate 3 white. Jason Doyle, a specialist in Prague. He goes off the outside in yellow, and we remind you that the inside 2 here, Dudek and Madsen, are 1 point apart at the top of the World Championship standings.
Yeah, great finale here tonight. Really has come alive in the last few races, that's for sure. We'll have a really exciting final as well. Madsen is a rider that you can't underestimate here. Kolodze, if he wins here, that really would be a turn up for the books. Not many people put money on him to win tonight. Doyle, though, it wouldn't be a major surprise if he could win from the outside. He's done it twice before. But this is a great lineup and a great way to finish the night.
Proper tear-up, this one.
Proper tear-up, yes.
Here we go. 4 laps to go here. And it's a great start from Kolodze off gate 3. He's made the start brilliantly. Now Dudek up the inside, but Kolodze comes through. Dudek second, here comes Madsen now. Madsen in 3rd spot. Doyle is the man at the back who's trying the outside run now. Kolodze has the lead, Madsen up the inside for 2nd. this race isn't done yet, Kel.
Kolodze out in front, but Madsen's got an answer. He's going to get up the inside here. He's got so much speed coming off the turns. Kolodze just about hangs on there. Dudek out the back. Gate 4 didn't work for Doyle. Madsen again pushing so hard in second place. Great start from Kolodze. Can he hang on? Because Madsen has got so much speed. Really is going to wind it on. Kolodze's there, but Madsen's coming, Nigel. Really coming on strong.
Yeah, Jonas Kolodze is under a bit of pressure. Madsen hanging on in there, trying to have a go, but it looks as though Kolodze is going to do it. And it looks as though the World Championship will be level at the top. Jonas Kolodze of Poland does it. Leo Madsen second, Patrick Dudek third, Jason Doyle at the back. The crowd erupts here in Prague. And it does mean now that in the World Championship, it is Patrick Dudek 40, Leon Madsen 40, and Bartosz Marslik 36. Two riders tied at the top of the World Championship, but it's congratulations to Jonas Kolodze of Poland, who takes the victory here in Prague.
Well, what a night for Kolodze. He started terrifically well, then had a bit of a dip, but then produced a stunning ride there in the final. Had to keep it all together because Madsen was coming on so strong. Madsen also has had a smashing night. So fast again, got the better of the opposition into second place. 3 consecutive finals and 3 consecutive rostrums. Certainly a smashing start to his campaign. Kolodze, well, an overlooked man coming into tonight, there's no doubt about that, but he's proved a lot of doubters wrong, and he's enjoying himself with celebrating wheelies down the back straight. Great night in the end. It took a long time to get going, but by crikey, when it did, it really did explode into life. Dudek also is there, 40 points apiece. See it again. Great start from Gate 3. Got to say, the way they ripped those starts, that did give that an advantage, but he took a full advantage of that. Dudek here is in second place, but Madsen again is able to get the better up the inside, which is a surprise, because there isn't a lot of grip there, but the shorter way just gets the better of Dudek. And seals second place. Doyle's out the back, just can't quite land a blow. And for him, that was a disappointing end. Could have been better for Jason tonight, just didn't quite work out. Kolodze wins the Grand Prix. He'll be absolutely proud as punch, and rightly so. But for Leo Madsen and Dudek, well, they lead the way with 40 points apiece in the championship. Good work.
Well, I don't think Kolodze can quite believe what's happened. He's in dreamland here, and has won the Grand Prix. He was shaking his head with disbelief. I think he's done about 3 laps of celebrations before he makes his way to the rostrum.
He's going to need a lie down in him, isn't he? You know, because, crikey, it's been a long night. He's done 7 races, and all credit to him because he has had an exceptional night. It was just those middle rides, wasn't it? 4 and 5. He only got 1 from those. It looked like he was going to fade away, but then comes up with 2 wins at the end of the night to win the Grand Prix. Congratulations to him.
Yep, the pole, superb. Leon Madsen, what a Grand Prix campaign he's having. Brilliant. And we have Jonas Kolodze, the winner of the Grand Prix. Dudek on the rostrum with Madsen. And we'll hear from our winner very shortly indeed, Jonas Kolodze, after a pretty sensational night here. Just waiting for Jonas to head across for the interview, but, well, what a night.
Great night.
Poles have loved it. And Jonas Kolodze now waving to the fans all around the stadium. Let's get some reaction now with the winner, with Kiri.
You're a little lost for words, Jonas. The crowd love you. Congratulations. What a night for you.
Thank you very much for everybody. When I started and I be first, I prepped in the bike because Leon be very fast, and I feeling him, and I try to keep throttle, but today is a good day, long day today, and you know, it's very tired, you know. But I am so happy. This is my first time in GP in the first, and I can't believe it now.
Oh, congratulations, Jonas. Your fans are waiting for you.
Dziękuję wszystkim bardzo. Jest was bardzo dużo dzisiaj z Polski. Jest was dużo dzisiaj z Polski, widać flagi, widać, słychać okrzyki. Dziękujemy naprawdę, Praga piękna. I mój wieczór dzisiaj też jest piękny, mam nadzieję, że wasz też. Dziękuję bardzo.
Congratulations.
What a night. Brilliant. A night he'll never forget. And quite overcome with emotion by Janos Kolodze there. Terrific stuff from him.
Just to confirm then, the World Championship standings, Patrick Dudek 40, Leon Madsen 40, Bartosz Marslik 36, Freddie Limerick 32, and Emil Seyfudinov on 30. So 10 points separate the top 5 after 3 rounds of the World Championship. Niels Christian Iversen just hangs on in there in the top 8, despite a disappointing night for him this evening. So the rostrum then for the riders to follow very shortly. But what about Kolodze? You know, he's not been considered for World Cup teams. He's been the forgotten man on the international stage very much over the last few years.
Well, behind Smarslik, Dudek and Janowski, yes, certainly. And he hasn't been to the Speedway of Nations and the World Cups, but crikey, that will be the highlight of his career, his biggest win of his career, no doubt about it. He's been Polish champion before, but winning a Grand Prix, quite clearly, absolutely delighted. And it will be a huge boost to him, and it's quite fetching, isn't it? It's quite moving there, where he was talking with such passion and such emotion. Good night for Madsen as well. Big smiles on his face. He's a tough customer on the track, that's for sure. Takes no prisoners. And Dudek also solid with a 3rd place tonight. Not a classic for Grand Prix, but enough good stuff at the end to keep us royally entertained.
Well, I think this World Championship race could go all the way. Cardiff is the penultimate round this year. That's September the 21st. Tickets on sale now as we hear the Polish national anthem. Congratulations to Janos Kolodze, first Grand Prix win. A night he will never forget, Kelvin.
Yeah, bang on, and you know, he needs to try and celebrate this and try and remember it, because these are special moments. When he's retired, he can look back, irrespective of what happens in the future. This is his first win, and he will have very fond memories indeed, particularly how tough it was there tonight. And the 2 fellas that he's on the box with, that gives it even more credibility. They are the championship leaders in 2nd and 3rd tonight. So Kolodze can be very proud indeed of his performance. And Madsen again is not going away, is he?
No.
He's the real deal, and the European champion is searching for his first World Championship, so his consistency has been terrific. Dudek's done a good job, 2 poles in the final, of course, and on the box, so there's a lot of Polish people here tonight, fans, and they're absolutely delighted. It feels like we're in a Polish venue, actually. There are that many here, and they've had a great night.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a Polish Grand Prix, this.
It does feel like it, doesn't it, now?
Absolutely.
But certainly Leon Madsen has done a great job. 40 points apiece for Dudek and Madsen. That's and they could pull away, but Smarslik and Lindgren, I'm sure, will have something to say.
Yeah, very much so. It's going to be a season-long battle for the World Championship. No doubt about that.
Well, we hope so, don't we? We really do hope so.
Very much so. Presentation time then for the riders. Chairman of Atlas, 2nd place, Leon Madsen, Armando Castagna from the FIM alongside him.
Yep, and he'll be pleased that it's got through to the finale. We all are, actually.
Absolutely.
And it would have been disappointing to have had to go back to heat 16, of course, to pull the result, although Max Frick maybe now would have been pleased with that. But yeah, the 3 guys on there, they were rightly chuffed to bits. A few big hitters just missing out tonight. Of course, Smarslik missing out on the semi-finals. That was a surprise. I fancied he would make the final tonight. But there's no doubt that for Janos Kolodze, this is a moment that it's going to take a little while for it to really sink in. I think it'll be tomorrow afternoon. He will be pinching himself thinking, did I really win yesterday? and he can look on the internet and it will confirm that he is the winner tonight. So a great effort from him.
Deputy Mayor of Prague making the presentation then to the winner, Janis Kawadze, here in the Marketa Stadium tonight.
Former World Cup winner, of course, you know, a few years back, but he hasn't been considered for the team in Poland. They have an embarrassment of riches, of course, when it comes to world-class riders at that level. Champagne moments now, of course, with fireworks and all sorts going on. Good moments these, with the photographers taking it all in. So, good. But yeah, Kawadze hasn't been considered, of course, when you look at the, you know, the quality of riders they've had. Even the Pavlitsky brothers have been involved in recent years, and of course, you've got the top three. Kasperzak also has been in and around it, but Kawadze back in the Grand Prix, overlooked by many, but tonight he is the man.
Selfie time on the podium. We see that at every Grand Prix now for social media, and photographers enjoying that as well. So yeah, great stuff. And we move on to Halstavik in 3 weeks' time for our next round of the World Championship, round number 4. Cardiff is round 9 this year, and then the final round is in Torun in October, round number 10. Torun in Poland. Could we see Dudek, Madsen and Smarslik, and maybe a couple of others, all in with a chance going into the final round?
Well, could very well happen, could very well happen. We've got 2 more, of course, in Poland this year. We've got Torun, as you've just mentioned, we've got Wrocław. We go back to Wrocław, and that replaces Gorzów in the calendar. We'll be looking forward to going there, smashing place. And Halstavik in just a few weeks' time, and then on to Togliatti, of course, for the Speedway of Nations finals. So plenty of international speedway to come, and I'm sure it's going to be royally entertaining. Tonight, of course, for periods of time it wasn't, but in the end it was. The 2 semis and the final were really exciting stuff, that's for sure.
Yeah, so round number 3, just to sum it all up, the World Championship is tight, the race for the title, still 7 rounds to go, of course, after tonight. A packed house, the rain stayed away, and in the end it livened up Kelf, didn't it?
It did indeed, so we will have fond memories of the night because of that. It was a little bit tough at the beginning because conditions were not ideal, but as you rightly say, the last 3 races have been top draw stuff, so that leaves us with a really good feel factor. An outsider winning, which is a bonus, of course, for him. But all in all, a decent event, and we move on to Halstavik for the 2nd time on the Grand Prix circuit.
We move on to the UK and Hull against Wolverhampton on Monday night for our British viewers.
Yeah, and the British League has been very competitive. I'm sure we're going to be in for another treat on Monday, that's for sure. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, can't pick the 4 playoff teams at the moment in the 7-team league. That's in the UK, so we look forward to that one. But here, it is Janis Kawadze. The night belongs to him, and it's a night that he will remember for the rest of his life.
Too right.
No doubt about that.
He'll be on cloud 9 again. It won't really have sunk in yet. It'll be tomorrow, I'm sure. But a great effort from Janis Kawadze.
Great stuff. Kelvin, enjoyed your company as always, and we'll see you in Halstavik for round number 4. Round 3 of the FIM Speedway World Championship came to the Marketa Stadium in Prague after a baking hot day. Rain was threatening, so they got on with it, and the drama started early on with Antonio Limbach almost crashing out early on. But there was some real good quality competitive action from Janis Kawadze and Leon Madsen. Jason Doyle won his opening ride, as did Vaclav Milik, the wild card. It was fast and furious, and there was some really tough, ruthless racing with no quarter asked or given. The meeting progressed. The usual suspects, Dudek, Madsen and Smarslik, all in the equation, although Smarslik was struggling away to try and make it into the top 8 and had to wait until his 4th ride to get a race win after scoring only 3 early on. Jason Doyle recovered from a tapes exclusion to push hard later on in the meeting. Smarslik was really under pressure late on, Emil Sayfutdinov looking a lot more like his old self as he pushed forward towards a semi-final spot. Rain did threaten, but thankfully it stayed off, and the racing continued with Madsen working really hard and looking really fast, but ultimately finishing on 9 points ahead of the semi-final places. Jonas Kowalczyk carried on, battled away and managed to reach the semi-finals with Doyle, Madsen, Max Frick as well. The injury replacement was superb. He led the Grand Prix at the end of the 20 qualifying races. A magnificent achievement for the young Australian. Madsen squeezed out, and in the end, Bartosz Zmarzlik missed out. Milik just about holding on to his machine, but Zmarzlik missed out on a semi-final place. Max Frick squeezed out by Madsen in a ruthless ride. Sayfutdinov packed up. Heartbreak for him, and in the final it was Kowalczyk who made a magnificent start from gate number 3 to win the Grand Prix, but at the top of the leaderboard, Dudek and Madsen level on 40 points each.